How are you? I hope you're well and doing good. It's Wednesday. Happy Juneteenth. And observing Juneteenth in the way that, that I hope is honoring and uplifting. Even though I know we are nowhere near the more perfect union, or the vision that abolitionists had, and all those things, all the things. So I think it's a good day to reflect on where we've come and where we need to go as a society and what our part is in that. That's another piece. What's our part in creating the more perfect union? How do we do our part? So, yeah, it's my camera's like fucked up. It's a fucked up. It's a fucked up. I don't want to see my dirty closet. Which I'm going to turn into like a studio booth, I think, with my new booth, which I still haven't built. I still haven't built my little singing dressing room. I don't know why. Wait, let me just make this a little bigger. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Gosh, what a day. I'm already exhausted. I don't even know. I haven't even started. And I'm already like, oh, wait, okay. Anyway. So I don't think, oh, you know why? I know why I'm tired. Let me tell you why I'm tired. Because last night was the inaugural Bobo and Lolo sit on the bed and each play a video game, their own video game, but we talk and watch each other and play video games together. And then it's 2 a.m. So you're having fun with your daughter just playing video games. And all of a sudden you turn around and it's 2 a.m. And both of you are exhausted. So I haven't gotten that much sleep because I wake up at 5:30, as all of you may or may not know. So yeah, but that was such a nice evening to spend. But I can see where video games become a huge time suck. I mean, you just become involved in the video game. I played Cult of the Lamb yesterday for like 4 hours in 2 separate sessions. But like 4 hours. Oh, I see what's happening. This is so weird. This is so weird. Okay, sorry. I just want a different framing. Anyway, sorry, my nose is stuffy. Where's my... I had a tissue. Just a minute ago. What'd I do with it? Did I put it in my pocket? Like my biology teacher, she used to put her tissue in her sleeve. Why do people do that? If you do that, kids are going to make fun of you. That's just the way it is. Although I love that teacher. I thought she was very nice. Oh, here it is. Here's my little tissue, my little Kleenex. Anyway, good morning. I hope everyone's having a wonderful midweek. Welcome to the midweek trash heap, also known as Wake and Bake. It's kind of a combo deal. We're going to spend a little time on the headlines this morning. But then I'm going to jump into another topic. Oh, I think I fucked up. Hi, Easily. Yeah, I fucked up because I didn't use the link for this show. God dang it. I'm so dumb. You know that? Why am I so dumb? Why? Oh my God. Anyway. Well, we'll stay here. Actually, I probably shouldn't. Oh, man. This really makes me mad. Good morning, Easily Distracted. How are you? my friend. Okay, well, I'm just gonna stay here. I know it's kind of silly, but let's hope. Let's hope people show up. You never know. You never know. Actually, I should probably go. Hold on. I'm gonna be slow this morning. Okay, so I really apologize. It's just because I'm like not awake because I stayed up late playing video games. Okay, let me see. Oh. Meow. Meow. Do 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 do. Moonlight in Vermont. Moonlight in Vermont. Yeah, I think I fucked up. All right, that's, that happens. That happens. God damn it. I'm so mad at myself. I really try to do things like, yeah, see, I fucked up. God dang it. Delete forever. Okay, and then people will have to come over here. I apologize. I fucked up. I don't think of every step. There's like multiple steps involved with going live, and I always mess up at least 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3. I think weed will help. I think it will help. Okay, so there's that, and that's fine. Well, that's fine. Okay, but let's go over here to. Oh, fucking God! This computer is so fucking sensitive. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about Vladimir Vladimirovich this morning. That's right, darlings. That's right, my dearest, dearest puppets of the United States. Good morning. It is Lolinka. Lolinka is here to guide you through new Cold War. That's right. So Lolinka will tell you all you need to know about new war. That's right. I won't read the entire news in the Russian accent, but I'm just warning you that I can. So don't tempt me. Okay? But I think we're going to be hearing from Lolinka a lot over the next few months. I don't know what you think, but I think that's probably what's going to happen. I think Lolinka is our new intrepid reporter on the Red Square. That's right. Lolinka on reporting live. Well, almost live. Reporting live for now from Red Square. Lolinka. I love that. Wow. I did just think of that. Good morning, Badger, Badger, Badger. Badger. I know, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I really did. I messed up. I messed up big time. I did. I messed up big time. Is this like weird? Like, why is that? Oh, reset. That's why. Oh, no, I actually like it to be 125. Wah! There we go. It's warm. Why is it warm? Why is it so warm in Los Angeles? What? Where? Come on. Keep going. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Nope. Okay. More air, more air, more air. Enjoying breakfast on the patio. I fucking love that, Lee. I love that. That's so cool. That is so cool. Why does Ralph Lauren get to make first of all, the Olympic uniforms are whatever, I'm fine. Yeah, everybody has to have something to wear to show that they're from a particular country. But why is it Ralph Lauren all the time? I mean, is he the only American designer we have? Literally? That's the only American who designs clothes. And I know I've bought some of his clothes before. I understand. They're a certain style. They're kind of, Boho equestrian. I don't know what you would call it. No, they're not boho. That's not true. They're equestrian. I don't know what they are. What are they? Norman Rockwell? I don't know what they are. No, they're not Norman Rockwell. I don't know. I'm going to stop trying because I'm going to fuck it up. Anyway, good morning, my loves. And happy Juneteenth. Juneteenth. As I was saying earlier, it's a great day to reflect on what our role can be in the struggle for racial equity. And by I mean our role, I mean being supportive and being an ally and uplifting the voices who don't get heard because of the system. And that's not fair. So I think there's a long way for us to go. But I'm happy that Juneteenth is recognized and perhaps is another opportunity for people to reflect on how we are not the more perfect union that we strive to be. And that I'll just put in a plug for voting rights, because I think voting rights can go a long way in addressing inequity. It takes time, but I think it is an important thing that needs to be done. So, voting rights and recognizing Juneteenth as both a celebration and also a reminder of where we are. I'm not even going to say where we've been, because I think more about where we are, and that we're not where we need to be. I mean, I think everyone would agree with that. I don't know if that's spicy, but yeah. So that's my thoughts on Juneteenth. I am really glad they made it a federal holiday. I think that helps send home the message that people are important, and we should do that more often. We should find ways to send messages that people are important. That's really all I'm asking. You know, I think it's part of my problem is that I do watch Chud still. I know. It's almost like an alcoholism a little bit. Not really, because I'm not doing it like, oh my God, I got to find this person. But when they come up on my feed, I will watch sometimes, not all. I'll check in at least, mostly. And I don't usually chat. I don't comment. First of all, I'm banned in most of the chats, so it doesn't really matter. I've been banned since like March of 2022. So it's not like I'm engaging in these communities. But some of them don't have me banned, and one last night didn't. And she was dispensing medical advice around ivermectin to a cancer patient, to another woman who was on her panel who has a cancer diagnosis. And so this woman, this drunk racist woman who says the N-word frequently, brought on another chud, a pig lady, who we all know. And she started spouting off about how whatever ivermectin, or I think it was ivermectin, was proven to do X, Y, and Z against cancers or whatever. And that's all bullshit. That's all 100% complete, utter bullshit. Or they were talking about COVID, but then also this woman did have it got convoluted. But the bottom line is that horse paste and other things were being advanced as curative when they are not. So, frankly, I don't care what this woman decides to do, because she's also a very mean person. But I don't want anyone to go through unnecessary suffering, even the people I don't like. So I did say something. I said, this is disinformation. And I got banned. And then I came back and I said, This is still disinformation. And then I got banned. Probably for good this time, which is fine. And actually, Chuds, do me a favor. Just ban me. Just ban Lolo's Lounge, because I inevitably, if I hear you saying something really stupid, I might just butt in. And you don't want that. Nobody wants me in their chat. I'm going to tell you right now, no Chud wants me in their chat. They just don't. I mean, I'm annoying. It's not even because I'm so like awesome. It's because I'm annoying. Because I call shit out, just like other people. Like, I'm not alone, but that's why we get banned and get called trolls, which actually I am a troll. So I'm happy with that label. I don't mind being a troll. I'm a troll for good. I'm a troll for the right reasons. I was trolling last night so that this woman wouldn't take horse paste for her cancer. I'm sorry. God, there are so many stupid people on this app. Can I tell you that? I probably watch a lot of them. Because I'm fascinated. Okay. This is my sick little secret. My sick little secret is I am fascinated as to how someone who, especially people who are younger than me, right, in their 40s and 50s, I am shocked when, well, I can't remember exactly how I was going to say it, but I'm shocked that they believe some of the things they believe. That's what I'm shocked by. I'm shocked by that they believe some of the things they believe. And I don't know how someone can hold some of those worldviews. I mean, I know how they can, right? Because of insularity and all this, reinforcement and all this kind of stuff. But I would think if you were someone who was like 45 or something, at this point, you would have seen things for what they are, I guess, in a bit more. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is my sickness with watching some of these people is trying very hard to understand how they got there and what, if anything, would unwind it. Right? I mean, that was my fascination with Pam Hemphill, was what happened, what triggered her to change her mind about not only MAGA, but then, as she told me, some of her own worldviews had started to shift. And so I'm fascinated by how someone's making that journey. And it all comes down to media literacy, right? So it all comes back to what the core issue is for me, Lolo, which is, how do we consume media? What is media doing to us? And what do we do, right? In order to do our part to help people be, what do we do? We ask that on every space. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to vote? Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to get people to vote? Okay. I get it. That's frustrating. So I think that, I think that it is, I'm just fascinated. Like, for me, this is YouTube is almost a laboratory. That's what it is. It's like a media literacy laboratory. Because, for example, I listened last night, and it's June 18th, 2024. I remember distinctly mid-March 2020 being in Manhattan and having work shut down and the streets empty at Rockefeller Plaza. I have a picture of me walking to work. I should find that. I'm going to find that picture. I was walking to work because I worked at an office in Rockefeller Plaza. And there was no one on the street. No one. Many people have minimal life experience or exposure to other viewpoints, right? Cultures, no travel beyond that. They're a small square of the world. That's a really good point, Lee. And I am actually trying to be really gracious about this. I know it may not always sound like it. Good morning. Oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad, gal. You're great going to the dentist. Good for you, girl. You go, girl. You get that dentist. Let's see. What was I saying? Yeah, I know. I guess that's why I'm trying to figure out how you crack the code, right? Like, and maybe I don't know if I'm ever going to, by the way. I almost think it's kind of quixotic, right? Like, it's kind of quixotic that you think you're going to shift someone's worldview. I mean, that happens over time. So I think that it is, I don't know. And the problem with me too is that I watch so much like right-wing media that I have a very skewed feel for how many people this represents. I keep reminding myself this is like maybe a third of the country that has these, that really supports MAGA, right? A third of the voting adults, I should say. So I wonder if it's not cool. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know. I feel like we're so close in some ways, right? I feel like we're so close in terms of how you help people. No, I don't know. The thing is, I say that, and then I think about things like Bernie Bros, and I think about like, horseshoe politics, and I think about all those things, and that just stack the deck. That stacks the deck against us. It would be one thing if it was, wow, we've got this population that is woefully uninformed and malinformed, right, by the right-wing media machine. The right-wing media industrial complex, as I like to call it, or RWMIC for short. Yeah, you've got, that right-wing oh, now I forgot where I was going to go with that. But anyway, hey, Robert, how are you? Yeah, it's not cool. I get that. And we've really gotten ourselves to a place where just because you think that, I'm going to think differently spot, right? Shit drives me crazy. Yeah, so, yeah, I sit here and go, oh, I have 19 viewers across all platforms, which means I have 7 here in YouTube. Hello, lovely people. And 12 on Twitter. I love you guys so much. And then I look at people like this person I was watching last night, and I get it. Oh my God, I so get it. I get that when you're a drunk racist on YouTube, you're probably going to get more eyeballs than somebody reading the New York Times. I get it. I get it. I would probably choose the drunk racist just to laugh at them. But now I watch the drunk racist and I go, oh God, why can't we just like move beyond this? Why can't we? So I don't know. I don't know. Run away. What is that? Where's our thing? Oops. Run away. Run away.
And now for something completely different.
I know. Sorry, those are really loud. I didn't mean for those to be so loud. I haven't used a lot of that sounds. I got to figure out my sound labeling because I can't, the print's too small. Because I'm a grande. I'm a bit of a grande. Oh, what you missed this morning, gal, was because you can see headlines, right? Vladimir Vladimirovich is back in news. So I decided that now I have new character, Lolinka. And I am Lolinka reporting live from Red Square. That's right. I will bring you all the news of Vladimir Vladimirovich and his amazing manly attempts to take over universe. I will be covering. Yes, Lolinka. That's right. Lolinka reporting live from Red Square in Moscow. In Moskva. Because in Russian, Moscow is not a word. It is Moskva. That's how you say it. That's right. Lolinka is here. Now, Lolinka will not read the entire news story in Russian accent because that would annoy the fuck out of everybody. That's true. It's true. But just know that Lolinka will be a very big fixture of the program. Or the pogrom. That's little Russian joke. That's little Russian gallows humor, as they call it in the United States. Anyway, yeah. So Lolinka's on the job. We figured her out. She's gonna report. Matt Gaetz is going to impregnate his arranged marriage wife soon. That's my prediction. Okay, can we talk about Matt Gaetz and Ginger for a minute? Can we talk about those two? Okay, first of all, I know she's his handler. I get that. So if you don't understand, first of all, let me just set the room. Let me set the room. Gal Suburban is the expert, not an expert. She is the expert on Matt Gaetz, to the point where Matt Gaetz has sent people to silence her, to dox her family. That's why Gal Suburban is one of the most dangerous voices for Matty Gaetz, because she knows all of his shit, and not only all of his shit, all of his friends' shit. So if you want the DL on Matty Gaetz and Florida, you need to go to gal_suburban on Twitter and just search, because it will blow your fucking mind. No lies detected. I mean, I'll die on that hill. I'll say it. There is no one that reports on Matt Gaetz with the degree of completeness and network documentation than Gal Suburban. That's it. I mean, I'm not being a super fan. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I don't think anyone would deny that, frankly. Anyway, so please, like, if you want to hear about Matt Gaetz, anything Matt Gaetz has to be vetted with Gal, because frankly, she's the only one that really knows what that fucker's really up to. Right? Thank you, Lee. Yeah. Bingo. I'm sorry. Sorry, boys. Did you have a Nazi come after you and tell you that your family was in trouble? No. Yeah, I'd prefer not to know these things. Exactly, Gal. This wasn't something you asked for. It's something that was dumped in your lap. And now you've made well, that's not true. You're not dumped in the lap. But you found the threads and you pulled the threads. That's what it is. You pulled the threads. This is all your fault. So the child wife, yes. Okay, so thank you for bringing me back, easily distracted. Yeah, I am. Anyway, Ginger Lucky. Ginger Lucky, first of all, is the sister of Palmer Lucky, and we can talk about him. Actually, I should pull up some of your tweets, Gal. I think I might do that. My little story about Ginger, because it's not as relevant as whatever Gal will tell you about Lucky Palmer and the Palmer family. Or Lucky family, I mean Palmer Lucky. That's right, she's Ginger Lucky. Wait, is she Ginger Palmer? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. The point is, his wife body shamed him. Because if you look at pictures from Matt Gaetz before he got married and now, and she comments on Twitter, because I follow her on Twitter. She comments all the time on how good he looks and that he's eating healthy and that he's doing this and that he's doing that. Oh, thank you, Gal. You're the best. And so she's body shaming him. So she is definitely grooming him for what his next step is. And Gal called that. I didn't call that. Gal has called that because she knows that family, right? She knows, she understands. So we're gonna take a side trip. Let me see. Are you gonna do this? I hate this system. Okay. All right. So maybe here we go. Okay. Here we go. Maybe discuss the history there. Worth a revisit. You know, Matt Gaetz's fiance's brother and all. Funding Trump meme factory for wealthy geeks like Palmer Lucky who seek vengeance against institutions they perceive exclude them. The Donald is an obvious ally. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. There's a Nazi in the middle. This is like a Nazi sandwich. That's what this is. Oh my gosh, y'all. There's a new ABC report about the ethics probe. Yes, motherfucker. Okay, we're going to go to that. I'm so excited. So excited. It is the midweek trash heap. Okay, so is the guy on the side, is that Brian Gamble? Who is that? Which one is that? Or is that Palmer? Oh, is that Palmer? I'm so sorry. That's Palmer, isn't it? Shit, sorry. I'm so dumb. So Palmer Luckey is the dude in the, yeah, Palmer's in the Hawaiian shirt. You all know 3-pen Bannon at the end. Soon to be incarcerated Bannon. And in the middle is the big Nazi meat himself, Chuck Johnson. Chucklecuck Johnson, who will hold spaces with Richard Spencer, professional Nazi, and spread anti-Semitism and tropes and stereotypes and basically classifies everyone as to whether or not they're Jewish. That's what Chuck Johnson does. He literally, in spaces, if you listen, which I do not recommend, no, don't do it. He talks about actors in these different scenarios and whether or not they are Jewish. So he's bad. He's a bad man. Bad, fat little Nazi. Little ginger Nazi. All right. So, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to go over here. Let's see. What's this? This is technology presses toward an elsewhere. In some cases, that elsewhere turned out to be populist. A place for everybody, even if in reaching it, technology stripped away individuality. The weird diversity of GeoCities and blogs and MySpace was distilled into Facebook. Information discovery of all stripes became Googling. Hundreds of mobile handsets became one black glass rectangle. In so doing, Silicon Valley proved that it could do more than just sell spreadsheeting machines to bean counters. It showed that they could alter the way people live, think, and behave. We also have to come back. We have to come back to Cambridge Analytica. I would love to have Brent just spend an hour telling us about Cambridge Analytica. Brent Alpress, if you're listening, first of all, I adore you. Second of all, I know that this is not the show that you should be on, but if you ever wanted to just have an hour to tell everybody what you want to tell them and have 17 people see it, I'm your girl. It is thus perfect poetry that the ultimate technology of elsewhere, the VR headset, would underwrite Lucky's deliberate meme farming for Trump. It is the final nerdly dream to exit the material world and to enter with full senses intact, one that would replace it completely. Those who see VR as a temporary occasional tool for entertainment miss the obvious truth of its ambition. VR is a symbol of the misfits' ultimate victory over a world. Whoops. Oh, I don't know what that was. I don't know. Oh, stop. Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Okay, fine. Okay. This is the important part too. Those who see VR as a temporary, occasional tool for entertainment miss the obvious truth of its ambition. VR is a symbol of the misfit's ultimate victory over a world that would hold him back from other victories. A tool with which to fashion virtuous, mediated lives outside the boundaries of cruel, brutish normalcy. The nerds never wanted to become popular. They want to end populism entirely. Holy fuck. They're all spies too? Jesus Christ. We got so much dirty stuff around us, right? Like it's so... Okay, and I'm going to tee up your other ones there, gal. Don't... You hang in there. All right, so now a VR meeting could have been an email. Okay, let me go over here. So that was that one. Deep. Bleep. Bleeper bloop. Oh, yeah. Will Staken. I don't know if I'm following him. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. I am not. I'm so embarrassed. Okay. Witness tells House Ethics Committee that Gates paid for her for sex. This is today. I mean, this is a story on Twitter today. At least half a dozen women interviewed. Committee subpoenaed and obtained Gates's Venmo records. Oh, there go the salads. Too many salads. More witnesses are contacted. Okay, I want to read it. Oh, fuck that. Let's see. Oh, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. Why is it so tiny? I think this is a bad idea. Oh, no, that's not a bad idea. Okay, hold on. Why is it so tiny? Why are you so tiny? Okay. In recent weeks, House Ethics Committee investigators have conducted a string of interviews behind closed doors with numerous women who are witnesses in the years-long Justice Department sex trafficking investigation into Rep. Matt Gaetz. Multiple sources familiar with the committee's work tell ABC News. Investigators have interviewed at least a half a dozen women who allegedly attended parties where the Florida congressman was also present and who were paid by Joel Greenberg. Well, there's another Florida man. That's right. And guess what? Guess who knows all about Joel Greenberg? That'd be Gal Suburban. That's right. Gal is very well versed in the Joel Greenberg saga and all his little friends. Gaetz is one-time close friend. And Joel Greenberg, here's a fun fact for you. Joel Greenberg is sitting in a prison, and guess who else is in that prison? Guess who else is in that prison? Peter Navarro. That's right. Joel Greenberg and Peter Navarro are in the same prison. And do you know what that means for Matty Gaetz? He can't go visit. He can't visit Joel Greenberg. He can't visit Peter Navarro. He can't visit Peter Navarro. And that's what he was mad about, because he was like, why are they keeping me from it? Because the guy who's your accomplice is in the same prison. So you see our problem, Matt. Okay. Here we go. Oops. Oh, here we go. In the interview, in the interviews, which have previously not been reported, some witnesses have been shown Venmo payments they allegedly received from Gaetz and asked if those payments were for sexual activities, sources said. Some of the witnesses have been subpoenaed by the committee, while others have agreed to cooperate, according to the sources. One woman who ABC News is not identifying told the committee that a payment from Gaetz was for sex, while others have said they were paid to attend parties that Gaetz also attended and that featured drugs and sex, multiple sources told ABC News. Gaetz has long denied all of the allegations, including paying for sex, and previously dismissed them by claiming, quote, someone's trying to recategorize my generosity to ex-girlfriends as something more untoward. The Justice Department informed Gaetz in 2023 that it was declining to bring charges against him after its years-long investigation. I wonder why. The House Ethics Committee declined to comment. Florida attorney Joel Lepard of Lepard Law confirmed his client was cooperating with the committee but declined to comment further. The committee subpoenaed the Justice Department earlier this year for records related to its probe into the Florida congressman. Still, the department has resisted turning over the information, sources said. What? Wait, what? The committee subpoenaed the Justice Department for records, but the department has resisted turning the information over? Are you kidding me? How is that legal? It's interdepartment. What? What? How is that fair? Those are the people that are supposed to be like, they're not supposed to help each other hide their crimes. Oh my God. However, the committee has obtained Gaetz's Venmo records after issuing the company a subpoena, sources tell ABC News. During the DOJ investigation into Gaetz, public reporting, including the Daily Beast, largely focused on Venmo records from Greenberg, who, according to his plea agreement, used his account to, quote, pay for commercial sex acts with women he also introduced to others. The committee obtaining Gaetz's records, which ABC News has not seen, could help provide congressional investigators with a roadmap for payments the congressman may have made while he was friends with Greenberg. When did they get the Venmo records? Has obtained. Okay. On Tuesday, the House Ethics Committee provided an update on its investigation into Gaetz, detailing in a new statement on Tuesday that after speaking with over a dozen witnesses, issuing 25 subpoenas, and reviewing thousands of documents, the bipartisan panel will continue to review allegations, including that the Florida congressman, quote, engaged in sexual misconduct and illicit drug use, and that he, quote, sought to obstruct government investigations of his conduct. No shit. Let's also talk to someone at the fucking DOJ What the fuck, Merrick Garland? What the fuck? What in the fuck? I know I'm not a lawyer. I get it. I get it. Oh, thank you. The text on the pardons. Roger Stone, another name to keep in this mix. Okay, don't. Roger Stone has not gone away. Roger is not.
They add in Calhoun's testimony
Shut up.
into that. Anything
What
else
are you
they've
doing?
heard from whistleblowers as
Who
well,
is-
and do something with that, whether it's a report or something of that
Okay,
nature.
I'm going to mute you,
All right, Jay
bitch.
O'Brien on Capitol Hill. Thank you. And it's
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, the point is, I can't remember what I was saying. Okay, well, we'll do this. The committee also detailed that it will no longer pursue allegations that Gates, quote, may have shared inappropriate images or videos on the House floor, misused state identification records, which is the fake IDs, converted campaign funds to personal use and or accepted a bribe or improper gratuity. So when they say will no longer pursue, does that mean there wasn't enough evidence? I don't get it. I don't get it. When reached for comment, Gates' communications director pointed ABC News to the congressman's social media post on Monday calling the House Ethics Committee Soviet and stating that, quote, every investigation into me ends the same way, my exoneration. Greenberg is currently serving an 11-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to multiple federal crimes. I guess it's not enough evidence. I mean, obviously, I'm trusting people to bring evidence when they have it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, although I don't understand the DOJ not cooperating with another department. I mean, another branch. I get it, right? But I don't get it. No, actually, I don't. I don't get it. Sorry, I don't get it. Greenberg, who offered the Justice Department significant cooperation in its own probe, is cooperating with the House Ethics Committee probe into the Florida congressman, sources familiar with the committee's work tell ABC News. At his sentencing in late 2020, I don't know. I don't even know what him. Judge Gregory Personnel called Greenberg's degree of cooperation more than I've seen in 22 years. That's right. He sang like a fucking canary. And look what it got him. 11 years in prison with Peter Navarro, drinking Peter Navarro's toilet wine. Let's see. Greenberg, a former Florida tax collector appointed by Gates, right, was sentenced to 11 years in prison in late 2022 after pleading guilty to crimes including wire fraud, stalking, and sex trafficking a minor. He could have received a life sentence. That's true. Investigators have also asked multiple witnesses about a July 2017 party that ABC News first reported on. The committee obtained a sworn statement from a woman who said she attended the party in Florida that Gates also attended, sources said. Multiple witnesses have also told the committee that they saw Gates engage in illicit drug use at parties, sources said. The committee first launched its probe into Gates in 2021 before putting it on hold as the Justice Department conducted its own investigation. This is so stinky. This is so stinky. Stinky, stinky, stinky. Okay. Here we go. Here's a little bit of background from Gal Suburban from 2021, August 2021. From Britney Spears to political rivals, Joel Greenberg searched the names on confidential database from Jason Garcia and Martin Comas, or Martin E. Comas, I'm not sure. Article provides a great opportunity for a crash course on the Greenberg Gates, Orlando Mafia. Original indictment. Okay, so during his time, Seminole, to look up the personal information of fellow elected officials, political rivals, county employees, family members, and even celebrities, including Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. All right, he stands them. You know, what can you say? Maybe everyone has a little nostalgia for the Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake arc. The names of hundreds of that Greenberg pried into, ranging from U.S. Rep. Matt Gaetz, his friend, who is reportedly the target, blah, 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 to his mother, and even the elderly father of a rival county commissioner, reveals the extent to which the former tax collector apparently abused his access to the driver and vehicle information database beginning in August 2017 and continuing until just days before he was arrested and resigned from office in mid-June 2020. Chuckle cuck. And obstructed. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I know we can't prove. Yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, Chucklecuck's a big part of this. Chuck Johnson. Well, I don't know if that would go as far as all these were nefarious. There are some. There are some that these journalists name here that suggest at times Greenberg certainly used his access to the database to advance his or his allies' positions. Let's see. Oh, and medical marijuana is a big part of this story too. So, I am stunned to learn that he did that, said Seminole Commissioner Bob Dallari, after learning that Greenberg in April 2018 looked up his 91-year-old father, Albert Dallari, and his mother, who died about 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. I don't get why he would do that. A spreadsheet of Greenberg's more than 700 name searches, some of which he looked up more than once, was obtained by the Florida Center for Government Accountability, a government watchdog group. Here they are citing back to this rarely discussed. Oh my God! Here, hope they are circling back to this rarely discussed issue. I want to see this.
Materials used to create concealed weapon permits inside of his office. In this evidence filing in federal court against now former Seminole County tax collector Joel Greenberg, prosecutors say after searching Greenberg's government-owned vehicle, investigators found 3 driver's licenses with Seminole County addresses inside of a backpack. Court documents stating on at least 2 occasions, including on Greenberg's last day on June 24th, someone witnessed him in possession of surrendered driver's licenses. When confronted, prosecutors say in part, Greenberg responded that the collection of licenses was a lost and found, which was another lie, end quote. During a search of his personal office, investigators say they also found security materials used to produce concealed weapons permits, saying Greenberg was practicing at producing identifications using concealed weapons permits cardstock, and that he was experimenting in using the security stipe for concealed weapons permits in an effort to make the identifications that he was producing appear to be legitimate. Greenberg was already facing a federal stalking charge, accused of harassing a political opponent online. He pleaded not guilty in that case and resigned last month. We reached out to his attorney and the tax collector's office, and of course, we'll let you know as soon as we hear back. Outside.
Okay. Greenberg awaits, this is 2021. He's in for 11 years. So look at this, though. This is what he was up for. Pled guilty to sex trafficking a child, identity theft, stalking, wire fraud, and conspiracy to bribe a public official. Originally faced 33 federal charges. Prosecutors dropped 27 counts for his cooperation, which I hope yields Roger Stone, but I don't know. Is anybody working on it? I don't even have any confidence that anyone's working on it. Okay, I'm going to go to, oh wait. Let me go to this one. Let's see what this is. Dinosaur notes and threads for additional context on Greenberg's sentencing memorandum. A nearly undeterrable crime spree consisting of sex trafficking of a child, false ID, etc. I want to go to the text. I want to go to the more salacious. Where is the one with text? Oh, this one is good. Okay. Whoops. Ah! Oh! Ooh! What? How? Okay. Phew. My other monitor went black for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. Don't do that. Oh, okay. So, am I supposed to... the transcripts. Wait, let me see. Oh, Gal. This is Gal, okay? This is what Gal does. She doesn't pull shit out of her ass, okay? Just so you know. There's some work that goes into this. She doesn't work for anyone. She does this because she cares about this fucking country. That's why she does it. And yeah, so I want to go to the text ones. I'm sorry. I'm just like overwhelmed by this one right now, but I will come back to it if I wake up, if I get my shit together. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Number 9, JG, Joel Greenberg. Matt Gaetz absolutely has to know that the sex charge they hit me with would be what they hit him with. All he has to do is explain to POTUS the situation and his exposure, and it would be very easy to do. Matt Gaetz is like a son to POTUS. Matt Gaetz is like a brother to me. Oh, Joel. Let's see. Okay, so these are texts between Roger Stone and Joel Greenberg. Okay? And yes, Jay Rance has Matt's Venmo contacts. That's right. Okay, so this is to Roger Stone. Today is the day. We will know by the end of the day. I think you sent me some document, but it disappeared. I hope you are prepared to wire me $250,000 because I am feeling confident. January 21st. And while I have not had any communication with Matt, he absolutely has to know that the sex charges they hit me with would be what they hit him with. All he has to do is explain to POTUS, blah, 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 blah. He's like a son. Okay. Roger, have you attempted to communicate to Matt MG Schumark? Who's Schumark? Is Schumark a typo or a lawyer? No, I need you to do this. Honestly, I would have thought MG Matt would have reached out to me or tried via a third party. You need to stress to him the severity of all this. One conversation with POTUS and he can get this done and it all goes away. I did reach out to his lawyer, Hank Cox. But Roger, come to January 21st, I have to do what's best for me and my family. I know you understand. This is my life. I've got 2 young kids. You think Matt is going to come visit me in prison? Well, he's not. It turns out he's not because he can't. I understand all of this and have taken it into consideration, Roger says. I will know more in the next 24 hours. I cannot push too hard because of the nonsense surrounding pardons. Oh my God. Dirty rat fucker. It's time to get whatchamacallit. Roger Stone needs to go to jail, yeah. I will review it with them and give you a budget. This is very doable, and the time is now. 3 weeks later, Roger Stone, your thing is being looked at. Roger Stone, this is treacherous territory with a lot of different players. Jared and Giuliani playing a hand. Sit tight. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you so much, Roger, Greenberg replied. I'm very thankful for you. I pray that the Lord will help. I remain optimistic and will wait to hear back from you. Stone quickly sought to dampen expectations surrounding the whole pardon circus. And then he says, this is treacherous territory. Oh, and he never did it. It never happened. Joel, they want me to flip. They know he and I both had sex with the girl who was underage. They think that is my golden ticket. Roger Stone, hard for me to understand why Matt would do nothing. He is potentially damaged if this goes forward. Maybe he knew he wasn't going to be damaged. 1 week left of Trump. Joel Greenberg, get it today for $50K. Poor Joel. Joel's so fucked. A distressed Greenberg told Stone that he felt abandoned by his allies, but emphasized that Gaetz, who was like a son to the president, could save him. One conversation with POTUS and all this goes away. Greenberg said that he had discussed pardons with Gaetz's lawyer, had not heard a reply, and would have to do what's best for him and his family. As Trump neared his final days in office, he signaled an intent to issue a wave of pardons. Stone communicated with Greenberg for months about his efforts to navigate the heavy traffic of pardon seekers. Reports at the time suggested legal reprieve could be had for the right price. It's true. I remember. On December 23rd, President Trump pardoned Stone for the crimes he was convicted of in 2019. The next day, on Christmas Eve, Stone acknowledged to Greenberg that he was having difficulty with the Gaetz dimension. Quote, it's hard for me to understand why Matt would do nothing. Blah, blah, blah. He's potentially damaged if the matter goes forward. The 3 men, Greenberg, Stone, and Gaetz, all shared a friendship dating back several years. And Stone couldn't figure out why Gaetz wouldn't help Greenberg get a pardon. Oh, I think he probably knew why. I mean, yeah. But on the morning of January 13th, Greenberg received this text from Stone. Today is the day. We will know by the end of the day. I think you sent me some document, but it disappeared. I hope you are prepared to wire me $250,000 because I'm feeling confident. There was only a week left in the Trump presidency. It's unclear if money was ever exchanged, but Greenberg offered to pay extra if Stone could, in fact, get him a pardon. If you can get this done today, I'll add another $50K, Greenberg texted Stone. In a subsequent message, Stone wrote that White House lawyer Pat Patsy Baloney, took Greenberg's name out of the list of hundreds of people who might be pardoned. Cipollone didn't respond to multiple requests for comment, but according to the three people familiar with the matter, Greenberg's name repeatedly made it to the Trump White House for a presidential pardon. The Daily Beast was shown an image of one such list, and Greenberg's name and a favorable mini profile are indeed included. Interesting. Okay, so that... God. April 29, 2021. Bombshell letter. Gates paid for sex with minor. Where are we as a country? I can't. An important missed pardon request by Roger Stone was for Stephen Alford, who is imprisoned for extorting Matt and Daddy Gates. That's right. I remember. Was that the guy who sent around the time? Yeah. He said he was part of the scheme because he was like getting someone out of Russia or something. Like he was working on trying to get someone, Paul Whelan or something. Was that what it was? I'm so confused. It is a lot. I know. I just get a little overwhelmed. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I think I had that one. Let me see what this one is. Hold on. I want to make sure I didn't miss. I don't want to miss a thing. Oh, that's one we already read. Okay. All right. Okay, fine. Let's see. J-Rance has multiple. Yeah, I know. J-Rance has such good... I'm not... You know, people always are like, oh my God, you just like your friends and you just are so like a clique and you're so this and you're so that. No, we're not. Okay. I literally have found people that act like normal human beings, don't do excessive drama, are always there for me, even when I'm a shitty person. Like when I'm having a breakdown, I turn to Gal Squad and they hold me up, even as I'm being a shit. So, yeah, I choose Gal Squad because they have my back. Like, they're normal people. I like normal people. I like people who are just doing their thing, not trying to fuck up other people, right? That's what Gal Squad is. They're not there to fuck with other people. Like, they're just doing their thing. And I think more people should do that. Okay, let's see. Remember, you should just be able to read the comments. I know, but not necessarily documentation. I think I'm going to do it. Hold on. Let me go back to the one that was really intimidating. Oh, whoops. Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know, and I've been told. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's not it. I think it's one of these. It's one of these. I think it's one of... This is it. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to read the comments. We need Wonder Woman. Lasso of truth around them. Yes. I know. You're right. I am Gal Squad. But that's why they're so like... That's why those people are so important to me. Because through the last 3 years, they've just been there. And they've just, like, I don't know. I can't explain it. But anyway. All right. Dinosaur notes in a thread for additional context on Greenberg's sentencing memorandum, which she does provide a link here to the actual document, so definitely check that out. A nearly undeterrable crime spree consisting of sex trafficking of a child, false ID, aggravated ID theft, wire fraud, stalking, conspiracy to defraud the government. Come on now, people. That's a lot of crime, by the way. Can I just say that? That's a lot of crime. Greenberg's election then fueled a fire that began a pervasive and widespread crime spree for which he used his position and instrumentalities of the tax collector's office to fund and facilitate. Boo-boo kitty, you're so bad. In progress. I love the behind the scenes photos. That's my favorite. I can read the one. Okay, good. All right, cool. Thank you. I need, yes. Uh-oh. maybe not. Wait, hold on. Let me get a little closer. Note, after Greenberg was federally charged with he connected. Oh man, it's my eyesight. Hold on. It's not your print. Your printing's actually really good. Okay, wait. And asked her to help in making sure their something lined up, stories lined up. Who asked who? Oh, the minor asked her to make sure. Okay. Oh my God. Also introduced the minor to other adult men. Oh my God. From the plea agreement, Greenberg and the minor met at hotels after, often with others, for commercial sex acts. Greenberg would offer what? Oh my God! It's my eyesight. It's not you. It's my eyesight. Offer and supply minor to others with ecstasy, paying extra for minor to take it. Oh my fucking God. I can't. Original July 2019. Original something. July 2019. Hi, Oomph. I thought you were at the beach. I thought you were going to go to the beach. No, it's not your chicken scratch. It's my eyesight. It's not you. It's me. Adding Richard Sienna, Seminole Tax Office, and removed Samuel Arms. Government, it's my eyesight. Government Blockchain Systems LLC filed July 2019, required to Joel Greenberg. Oh, registered to Joel Greenberg and Samuel Arms. Oh, okay. Samuel Arms. I remember that number. Not there yet. Oh, well, have fun. I'm glad you checked in before you went. I hope you have a good time. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. Using government credit cards. Greenberg paid $70,000 in 150 transactions to engage in commercial sex acts with women disguised as sugar daddy baby relationships, one of which was a minor. Let's see. See, I could have read it this way. Why? That's my problem. Okay, that's my problem. Samuel Arms was who originated the 1776 return plan, and the Proud Boys used for January 6th. Yes. Count one continued. Joel Greenberg paid additional money if the girls were willing to take ecstasy. Greenberg introduced the minor to other adult men who also engaged in commercial. Oh, it's terrible. Greenberg realized this was being investigated and reached out to request that she lie. The first meeting involved Greenberg and the minor meeting on his boat. No sexual acts occurred, and Greenberg paid the minor approximately $400. After that, at the hotel, Greenberg said the minor engaged in commercial sex acts for which Greenberg paid her over $400. After that, Greenberg and the minor met at hotels in the Middle District of Florida, often with others, at which Greenberg and the minor engaged in commercial sex acts. At least 7 times when she was a minor is how often that they know of Greenberg engaged in commercial sex acts. During this sex acts, Greenberg would offer and supply the minor and others with ecstasy, which Greenberg would take himself as well. Greenberg would offer to pay the minors additional amount of money to take the ecstasy. Greenberg also introduced the minor to other adult men. There's all the dates. There's the dates. I won't. No, I mean, I wanted... Sorry, I just mean to sniff in the microphone. My nose. Nose is running. Yeah. Oh, God. It's hard. He made fake IDs for the girls, like everything. Actually, I only have a couple. Counts 8 and 9, production of false identification document and aggravated identity theft. The minor was not the only person Greenberg accessed the David system to advance his personal interests. So he did, let's see. One of the individuals Greenberg used his access to the David system to search for was RZ. In 2015, Greenberg purchased a boat from RZ. In connection with the transaction, Greenberg obtained the personal information of RZ, which Greenberg used to obtain a replacement driver's license for RZ, and without RZ's knowledge, consent, or authorization. So that was part of his scheme, was that he would get information and then create. He's such a crazy. Greenberg purchased a badge-making machine in order to manufacture the driver licenses. Witnesses who were present when Greenberg was with some of the women who he paid for commercial sex acts observed Greenberg offer some of the women the use of a stolen ID or driver's license. Wow, he's just so special. He's so special. I also have this. I think I might poke around through this too. I know. Oh, I am. I'm inside embedded tweets. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go back here. No. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes. That's the embedded. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I get it. Oh, God, I'm so dumb. Okay. Greenberg admittedly used taxpayer funds to enrich himself. On many occasions, he manipulated the CFO into releasing large sums of money for investment. But in reality, he was just purchasing cryptocurrency for himself with secret bank accounts. Wow. You know, I hadn't thought about Joel Greenberg for a minute. And, but now I remember just how terrible he is as a person. Terrible, terrible person. Okay. Federal authorities were investigating the suspected misuse of taxpayer funds. He learned about the investigation on April 23rd, 2019, when U.S. Secret Service served the office with a grand jury subpoena, which didn't deter him. His wealthy family bailed him out several times. And what's this note say? His family member gave him $400,000. Oh, my God. I don't know. Eat the rich. I'm done. I'm done. Count 14. I just want to read the above. Joel Greenberg stole $100,000 from the tax collector's office, purchased cryptocurrency for himself, which he spent in under 4 hours. When the money was needed back, he asked a family member who wrote him a check. Oh my God. They just crime like it's normal. Like it's normal. They created GBS, Government Blockchain Systems, LLC, as a front to hide the funds stolen from the office to purchase cryptocurrency, crypto mining equipment, and more. Disappointed that Samuel Arms is not in this section, as he was on the original LLC. I just want to see what you're saying. Was still on GBS at this date on 2019. Original 2019 amended. Oh, okay. We looked at that, actually. Boop. Am I in the right thing? I hope I'm in the right thing. I think I'm in the right thing. General Government Blockchain Systems, LLC, Joel Greenberg and Sam Lawrence. Auditors asked questions. So Greenberg's uncle and paid attorney for the tax collector's office, Richard Sierra, amended the LLC, removing Arms and Greenberg. What? After the audit? You don't do that. Okay, that's actually like super bad. That's super bad. That's like really bad. Like obviously bad. Is it that we just don't have crimes to attach to some of these? Is that what it is? We don't have actual like code or offenses about this? I don't get it. I don't really get it. I don't know. It's like magic. More like that. Okay. Let's see. He stalked a teacher who filed to run against him. Letters to the school were sent with false claims of sexual misconduct. Brian Butte, that's right, wasn't just Joel's opponent, but also an opponent to Ballard lobbyist and former Matt Gaetz roommate Chris Dorworth's Rivercross. Chris Dorworth. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Let's see. Okay, is that? Oh, yeah. Dang it. I keep looking at the same thing. Stop it. Okay, let's see. Butte was a vocal opponent of the Rivercross development project backed by Chris Dorworth, a real estate developer, lobbyist, and former legislator and friend of Maddie Gates and Jolie Greenberg. Sentencing memo fails to show how Jacob Ingalls, that's the name I was waiting for. No right side of that one. You haven't read it. Oh, wait, I can do that. This one, Brian filed to run against Greenberg on October 4th, 2019. Letters began arriving at the school 10th of October. Jacob Ingalls requested files via email 29th of October. Letter arrived at the school on 10th of October. But his scam is 60,000. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Hey, Clark. How are you? Gersh. Let's see. Jacob Ingalls. Is this the guy that we don't know where he is? Or is that the other Jacob? Jacob Wall or Jacob Ingalls? I get those two mixed up all the time. No, right side of that one. Okay. No, I need the guidance, so don't worry about it. Let's see. Jacob Ingalls helped Joel stalk and harass Brian Butte through the dates again. Ingalls emailed the school on 29th of October requesting Brian's personnel file, seemingly because he knew the fake letters were sent. What? Wait a minute. There is another even earlier tie between Ingalls and the defamatory letters attacking Brian Butte that were sent to Trinity Rep on October 29th, On October 29th, 2019, mere days after the letters were first sent, Ingalls emailed Trinity Prep's headmaster to request Butte's personnel file. Who would give that? Recently, one of your teachers has filed paperwork. Run for elected office in Seminole County. There is a great deal of interest among Seminole County residents, including thousands of my readers, about his professional history at Trinity Prep. While I understand that you may not be legally required to do so, it would seem that your institution would want to be extremely transparent about Mr. Butte's time at Trinity Prep. Please consider this a request for his personnel file. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. This should include any disciplinary action he has faced during his time at Trinity Prep. I would never. He's on the lam. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought Jacob Ingalls was like, no one can find Jacob Ingalls, but yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm going to go to that little video too. Okay. This should include any disciplinary action he has faced during his time at Trinity Prep, complaints from parents or teachers. It should also include his performance reviews and any student complaints as well. By deciding to run for elected office, Mr. Butte has brought the microscope on himself in Trinity Prep. It is my sincere hope that you are able to fulfill these requests and show Seminole County residents that Mr. Butte and Trinity Prep have nothing to hide from voters who are extremely eager to understand who Brian Butte is what he stands for. What a dick. What a fucking dick. In the email, Ingalls acknowledged that as a private educational institution, Trinity Prep was not required to disclose any information, but nonetheless urged the school to do so. At the time Ingalls sent that email, only the sender of the letters would have been able to inform him of their content and the false accusations made against Butte. He's in on it. Oh, wait, I want to go to...
We're talking about marijuana, 420 policy from the Trump administration. Roger, what have you been doing to make Congress what needs to do on marijuana, medical, legal,
Let the states decide.
Look how heavy he was. Look at Matt's face.
Follow Matt's legislation to move marijuana off the Schedule 1 list onto the Schedule 2 or 3 so that doctors can prescribe it for other patients who benefit.
And Matt, what have you been doing in Congress to really reset the perception of marijuana as a treatment and medicine?
Well, I filed legislation that would take marijuana off of the list of Schedule 1 drugs. Right now, we could unlock cures. We could improve people's lives, we could extend their lives, and we could make people's lives more meaningful by relieving pain. But unfortunately, Congress is standing in the way of research. And that's why Roger and I have joined forces with people that maybe we wouldn't traditionally agree with. Liberal Democrats, people who might not agree with our support of the president, but what we understand is that to get cannabis reform done in this country, we need a bipartisan effort where people who might disagree with each other on some issues can come together to help improve quality of life for Americans. And that's why I'm so happy to be here with so many physicians in Florida who want to actually execute on this vision that Roger originally had and sort of drafted me into in about 2013, 2014.
Both of these men are members of the United States Cannabis Coalition.
I don't know.
Matt is a board member.
But he does have a shirt from like Gymboree. Like he's wearing a shirt straight out of Gymboree.
Always a pleasure. Roger, I've now coined that Roger is the cannabis consigliere. You know, whenever people at the national level or here in Florida want advice about the methods and tactics that can actually get cannabis reform moving, that can actually yield tangible results, Roger's the guy that has had all of the brain power and intellectual capacity that's driven those reforms. And so glad to crown you the cannabis consigliere of Florida and ultimately the country.
Humbly accept your destiny.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I wanted to do the, what was the one that had the little video of Jacob being an asshole? I can't remember. That's okay. I'll find it. Oh, you know what though? I have to kind of pee. Hi, Max. This was before his makeup. No. Okay, listen. Max. Ginger has body shamed Matt into losing weight. Prove me wrong. She comments on what he eats and how he's looking all the time. And it is a way to body shame him. In fact, I've called her out on it a number of times. Is that how you say what? Wait, what did I say? What did he say? I don't know. What did I say what? No, his eyes were always sunken in back then. Oh, the Jacob video is in the next one. Oh, okay. Ah, yes. Okay.
Will be dealt with. Why does he think that he shouldn't have to pay for public records? I'm a journalist. I've been out here for 8 years, and I always have to pay for public records. But creepy Brian Butte, who was involved in some tromboning incident over at Trinity Prep as a teacher, tromboning, you know, we don't know what he was tromboning, but we heard there was a tromboning incident. Creepy Brian Butte. You want to play games? I'll play games. We will cover you day and night. In fact, I think I'm going to make a visit to the next place that you're at and do a man-on-the-street interview, completely legal, completely lawful, and we'll see what happens. My guess is that you will be creepy, that you will have your creepy friend Jay Miller there, who is also a creep and has an arrest record. So how many people with arrest records are you associating yourself with? Brian, creepy Brian.
Creepy Brian, consigliere. Oh. I don't know how to say it. Conciliary? Consigliere? Yeah, I think so.
Creepy towards women while you're going door to door. I've even heard of a few men who felt that you were being creepy with them. And these are sources. These are legally protected. You can sue me. I'd love to go to deposition. I'd love to go into discovery on you and all of your associates. You are creepy. You are
creepy.
A disgusting human
really?
being.
Because he's kind of disgusting.
All the voters know
this is a little projection.
Creepy behavior.
Creepy.
Keep posting about me, and we'll play this game where every time you post about me, I will post something about you. You don't support Trump. You're never Trumper. You're a disgusting human being. You're creepy, and quite frankly,
creepy.
If you weren't 20 years younger than Joe Biden, I would assume that you have some kind of dementia or mental illness. I've had some people send me some psychological records and psyche valves that are purported to be associated with you. We don't know if they're accurate. We're going to be investigating that over the next couple of weeks.
Oh, Jacob Ingalls hates Gal Suburban. Oh. He looks like a real incel.
Psychiatric institution.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Jacob. That was ridiculous. You're creepy. Okay. Attacking Butte on June 15th and June 20th, 2020. These videos were removed when Facebook banned Ingalls' accounts. At the time these videos were posted, no one had knowledge of the content of the letters Greenberg allegedly sent except the school. Oh. Very interesting. Okay, I think I don't know if we did kind of finish that. I don't think we didn't. I kind of want to read this. I know this is such a rabbit hole, but I love it. I love these rabbit holes. As I suspected, they used phony contracts from the tax collector's office to fund PAC campaigns for spoiler candidates and their own campaigns. See, this is my other thing. I think that we should look at our local races and determine if there's something either afoot or there's not a Democrat. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we should be methodical about it. I'm sure there's somebody being methodical about it. I'm not saying there's not, but I'm just saying there should be. All right, I have to pee. So hold on. It's been an hour and a half. I'm just going to pee and I'll BRB. But I have to pee. Otherwise, I'm going to pee in my chair. I don't want to do that. BRB. In case you missed it, as I was saying, oops, let me turn off the music. In case you missed it, as I was saying, I went to bed very late last night, well, early this morning at 2, because Bobo and I decided we both wanted to game, and so she brought her laptop in, and we sat on my bed, and we just gamed on our own games until like 2 a.m. So we're both like totally exhausted. Anyway, I'm back. Yeah, so I'm a little like loopy. Croatia versus Albania. Oh my God. I kind of want to look at this. I don't know. A few snippets while I read through Joel Greenberg's redacted testimony released. As I suspected, they used the phony contracts. And Ron DeSantis's campaign. Let's see what this is all about. I'm not sure who TC is. Are you aware of anything similar to what you did that occurred with the Senate District 9? Oh, this is the how to justify the money and contracts or PACs. With Frank Artiles in South Florida, or any other candidates in the local Central Florida area with this group, with any other candidate. Well, let's stick with these. This is Joel. No, I didn't have a conversation where somebody solicited one way to me what they were going to do, just what I had done. Oh, that's great. You know, I should do something similar. Yeah, my asking questions about how to justify the money, and that was that. But no, not specifically. In 2020? In 2020. Let's revisit for a moment the people that you had on contract as employees on a vendor contract basis for tax collector's office that were postured to be given money, as you've said, to do work, to be overpaid with the understanding that there would be money paid to them that they would then put into their own campaigns moving forward. Jay Rance, good morning. Oh, wonderful. Gal, thank you so much. Oh my God, everyone. Gal put all the threads that we've been sharing this morning under the Twitter live broadcast. So if you go to my account and look at the live broadcast, all of Gal's tweets will be below that. So please take this is such good, bookmark them, because here's what's going to happen. Like, all this stuff does get kind of figured out. Like, I don't think Matt Gaetz can escape forever. I really don't. Okay. I think there are some crimes that are too big that they will not be able to get beyond. So I think that's why this going over these items to try and kind of plant some seeds in our heads, like, okay, let me remember who Joel Greenberg was, that kind of thing. It's so, and Jay Rance, I hope your ears were burning because we were singing your praises this morning. I just think you're the most amazing person. I love you so much. I love my friends so much. I can't tell you. I really do. They're just like so kind to me. I can't even. If nothing else, the information can be used if he runs for governor, right, and eventually president. And exactly. Because if you look at his trajectory, as we spoke about earlier, his relationship with Ginger is completely orchestrated to groom him and get him ready for the power grab. That is literally what Ginger's job is. Literally. So it is so important. Let me see, what's this one? Fuck, I do remember that because I remember I just kind of paid him lip service. I was doing something else and I rolled my eyes. It was some scheme he wanted to do that would involve sucking money away from the office and going to him somehow. I don't remember what it was though. Was it related to elections? Absolutely, yeah. There's no reason he would have called me in June 2020 unless it had something to do with the elections. It was some scheme. I don't remember what the scheme was, but I remember he called me, and I don't talk on the phone that long. You have funny pictures of him, that'll be enough. That's good. We should go back and yeah. Okay, so this is the thing. I want to come back to Palmer Luckey, the brother of Ginger Luckey, who is now Ginger Gates. And the thing is we know from our own review of reporting over the last however long we've been doing this, that Matt Gaetz is in the throes of his power grab. He's absolutely in the throes of his power grab. So from that standpoint, it's really important to know the history. Okay. Oh, I keep going for my mouse that isn't there. Ron DeSantis received $14,000 of this money, and including Joel Greenberg from the Seminole Tax Office employees in one single day on the 4th of August, 2018. $14,000 from employees in one day. That's some pretty fucking amazing fundraising right there. My goodness. Everybody was ready to rock. Ballard Partners. Anthony Sabatini. So I got blocked by Anthony Sabatini. Let's share when did I get blocked by Anthony Sabatini? I got blocked by Anthony Sabatini after let's see, which was it? I think I was going after, because early on I was going after Joe Kent. Remember Joe Kent? Remember him? He's an idiot. He's like I think he actually might have, he's not smart. He's not smart. And, but he's perfect for these guys because he's, got whatever the conventional looks are. And he's got a great story, right? Tragic loss of his wife, which was tragic, and I deeply apologize for him having to for him going through that. But that doesn't give you a right to be a fucking fascist, and that's what Joe Kent is. Joe Kent is a fascist. So, thank you, Clark, for smushing the like. Thanks, Robert. Yeah, reminding everyone to hit the like. Share the broadcast too. Let's get this word out. This is important stuff. So Anthony Sabatini, we all have an Anthony Sabatini story. Yours is probably better than mine because I was really just trolling the fuck out of him, and he was really tired of me. So I wasn't doing it based on any kind of deep knowledge of him and his fuckery. So Joel Greenberg says, yeah, something like that. But when you sit in a cell for 23 hours a day, your mind kind of goes to mush. But whatever that is, whatever that is that prohibits Ballard Partners. That's great. And he knows the game with Broder, blah, and all that. So he's describing, okay, well, I won't try and guess. That shape to benefit themselves. So that's where Sabatini came in. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. That makes sense, though. I don't know what, but I'm sure if you look, you'll see a direct line of, contributions to Sabatini's House races and some of the legislation that he may have passed or helped sponsor, fill in the blank. They're just so fucking... This is what I was thinking about last night. You know, where's the line between just like really shitty behavior, right, and legal? Because like when we were talking earlier, the fact that things weren't brought by the DOJ against Matt Gaetz. I mean, the logical conclusion is that there wasn't enough evidence to pursue Matt Gaetz in sex trafficking and other things. But I wonder about that, right? Like, I wonder. Special guest at the Hot Girls Summer Happy Hour on June 26th at Dakota Rooftop in the Navy Yard. Oh, I bet they are. I bet they are. Ginger's really a mover, man. She's a mover and a shaker. And her brother, Palmer, is a fucker. He's a bad dude. He's a bad dude. Anthony Sabatini cancel cultured me. Guess he's not interested in returning the money to the taxpayers of Seminole County. Rico baby. Conspiracy. Ouch. 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 Meouch. More confirmation. When asked about Floridians for Equality and Justice, Joel Greenberg acknowledges it sounds like a stupid name they would put together. It's just right. It's in the playbook. It's some stupid, corny thing they would use to make it sound legitimate. He's just giving it all up. He's giving it all. All of it. Give it all. Give it all. Give it all. Give it all. Oh boy. Okay. I'm not going to be able to go through this, but I'm going to tell you right now. You need, okay. Here's the thing about, yet again, I'm going to say it again. Gal goes deep. Gal goes deep on these guys. This is not, oh, I think Matt Gaetz is a sex trafficker. No. Gal finds the pieces of information that help fill in that puzzle. Yeah, Jim, who wrote that definition of hot? Yeah, right? I mean, come on now. Hey, Tom, how are you? Tom, I miss you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Welcome. Miss Noreen Fanner, this list is for all nonprofit corps. I pulled a few examples. Randomly, this Batman. Who names their nonprofit Blank Pack Inc.? That's pretty funny. Okay, I'm not going to get into this money thing. Oh my God, I can't get into the money thread. But I'm telling you right now, if you don't go to that money thread, you're going to regret it. Because smarter, I mean, sometimes it's hard for me to synthesize all the information, but I'm telling you right now, it's all there. It is all fucking there. And that's why they want Gal to be quiet. Do people not understand this? Matt Gaetz knows who Gal is. I know some of you may not be familiar with that concept because Gal's been off Twitter for over a year. Well, that's because Chuck Johnson, who's a friend of Matt Gaetz, started threatening and intimidating her and members of her family through her if she didn't drop it. First, he tried to turn her, but that didn't work. Like he has with, what's that guy, Lev Zalev or whatever the fuck his name. I don't even know what his name is anymore. He's so non-important. Eric Garland. Another one. So Chuck Johnson is the little Renfield behind the scenes, going in and starting to fuck with people who are getting too close to what Matt Gaetz is all about and his ilk. Because it's not just Matt Gaetz. Gal goes deep on all of the characters. So that is what you need to know. That's why I don't doubt when Gal says something about Florida, I don't doubt it. Because I know she can show me about 7 threads with screenshots and receipts. So, yeah. Anyway, I know. I'm sorry. I'm going to get off my soapbox. But you know, this is, no, I'm not going to get off my soapbox. Because here's the thing. I am so tired of people dismissing and allowing, I don't know what harassment is tied to what, but if you aren't clear about why you're harassing us, I'm going to assume it's because there's information being uncovered that is making you uncomfortable. That's what I'm going to assume. Because what I don't see is any of my Gal Squad friends wasting time initiating abuse on others. They just don't do it. They just don't do it. So I choose normal people like House One. Okay. And you guys. Tom says, morning, been super busy. Oh, I know. Should slow down Friday. I will be at the soiree. Yeah. Some new people will be there, so I will be more observing than talking. Okay, no problem. That's so nice of you. Thank you for inviting people to it. I really appreciate it. This week, this Friday's lounge is going to be real relaxing, real trivia, just total suspension of all of your stress. That's my goal. I don't think I can't suspend all your stress, but maybe for 2 hours I could take away a little bit of stress or at least distract you so that you don't think about it. I know I learned so much more and have from, yeah, I agree. I've learned so much more from the people that I hang out with. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. It's worth it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not going here because it's scaring me. Oh, here we go. We got another one though. We got another one. This is from March 18th, 2021. March 18th, 2021. Investigative journalist, please take note of my thread on Matt Gaetz. The connections between Gaetz, Lucky, and Thiel are important. Gaetz is not interested in women, yet he is engaged to Lucky's sister. He brought Chuck Johnson into the SODU. He hired Darren Beatty. Oh, who's such an asshole. Oh, oops, I blocked him. Sorry. I don't know who the fuck you are. I block a lot of people. I'm sorry. The minute you fucking hang around with one of the fuckers that comes after me, I block your ass. I'm sorry. You're going to have to come to me and explain why I shouldn't block your ass. I'm sorry. Otherwise, nobody cares. Hannah. Kevin DeAnna, who met with Facebook board member and Palantir co-founder Peter Thiel in 2016, admired terroristic literature and provided an ideological bridge between suit and tie white nationalists and its more violent fringe. Oh my God, I want to bookmark that. See, I was off Twitter for a long time, so I don't get all of these. Oops. Did I? Oh, okay. The virtual border wall was given a military contract under the Trump administration. Gaetz is on the Armed Services Committee, Judiciary Committee, all military caucuses, SOCOM. Please, I'm begging a journalist to look at that. Look at this. Gaetz is a wannabe Roger Stone, an authoritarian in the making who is positioning himself for a run in the near future. God, you're so fucking right. You're spot on. His connections to these populist, white nationalist, white supremacists is not by accident. He is pushing a House bill based off a QAnon message board and more. Trump contracts Peter Thiel-backed startup and to build his virtual border wall. Palmer Lucky's Anduril will construct hundreds of AI surveillance towers along the frontier. Do not forget this pardon. Lewandowski's supporters in his pardon guests included Palmer Luckey. Trump issued a pardon for the man at the center of the epic fight between Google and Uber. We can assume Gaetz lobbied for this, considering his engagement. Timing? I want to see this, actually. This is a Vox article. Trump issued a pardon for the man. Oh my God, my nose. Trump issued a pardon for the man at the center of an epic fight, blah, blah, blah. In one of his final acts as president, Donald Trump on Wednesday morning, pardoned the engineer of the center of an iconic, litigious, and years-long conflict between Uber, Google, and federal prosecutors over the technology for self-driving cars. Oh, wow. Rabbit hole. I like rabbit holes. In one of his final acts, encouraged by some of his biggest profile backers in Silicon Valley, such as venture capitalist Peter Thiel, Trump issued the surprise full pardon to Anthony Lewandowski, a former Google executive who had decamped to work for Uber. Last year, Lewandowski was sentenced to 18 months in prison after pleading guilty to stealing trade secrets from Google that he then used to help Uber in self-driving cars. Yeah, the frontier is the border. Hi, Pepper. How are you? Yeah, it's just a fancy way of saying border. It's just fancy. It's fancy. They're getting fancy. The announcement came as a shock for several reasons. One was that the news that Lewandowski was seeking a pardon had not been previously reported. And it was yet another twist in the legal saga that went on for years. In addition to the federal conviction, Google's self-driving arm, Waymo, at one point sued Uber in a messy legal case before reaching settlement. Finally, the thinking was the matter was basically resolved. The final reason making news so surprising was the cast of characters the White House said pushed for Lewandowski's full pardon. In addition to Thiel, once Trump's most prominent backer in Silicon Valley, Lewandowski's supporters in his pardon quest include Palmer Luckey, the founder of the virtual reality company Oculus, and a major Trump campaign donor. Michael Ovitz, the founder of Hollywood talent giant CAA, and other investors tied to Thiel, including one of his top aides, little Blakey Masters. Quote, Mr. Lewandowski is an American entrepreneur who led Google's efforts to create self-driving technology. Mr. Lewandowski pled guilty to a single criminal count arising from civil litigation, the White House said in its statement. Notably, his sentencing judge called him a brilliant, groundbreaking engineer that our country needs. Mr. Lewandowski has paid a significant price for his actions and plans to devote his talents to advance the public good. Well, I think that's wonderful. And then Mr. Lewandowski, he posted his gratitude. My family and I are grateful for the opportunity to move forward and thankful to the president and others who supported and advocated on my behalf. Okay. Okay. During the 2016 election, Lucky Palmer, Ginger's brother, posted on pro-Trump forums on Reddit, encouraging community members to develop memes critical of Hillary. He donated $10,000 to a group called Nimble America for a billboard stating that Clinton was too big to jail. Oh, he's so funny. Silicon Valley's richest libertarians had been funding a pro-Trump group, Nimble America, dedicated to trolling, and was dating a prominent member of the Gamergate community. People started realizing that Lucky was a complicated guy. I just want to read about it. This is from, close. This is from, what is this? What is that? What is that? Oh, Gizmo or Gizmodo or something, right? Is it paywalled? Shit. Oh, man. Oh, Business Insider. God, I hate their stuff. Remember Palmer Luckey? You know, the disgraced Oculus founder and cosplay enthusiast who left Facebook in the midst of a $2 billion lawsuit? Well, it looks like Luckey is ready to wreak more havoc upon the world, this time in the form of a virtual border wall that he might sell to the Trump administration. You'll never guess who wants to pay for it. According to the New York Times, sources say that Peter Thiel's investment firm, Founders Fund, wants to invest in Lucky's new defense startup. And he was just talking about the Iron Dome. Those sources also explain that the company would use LiDAR, infrared sensors, and cameras for patrolling the border, a strategy that's already popular with the United States government. We already do it. The same technology could be used to protect military bases or, probably even private estates in the event of a zombie apocalypse. As Gizmodo first reported, Luckey has already met with the Trump administration to discuss these plans. Oh, baby, he's much more than met. He's helping call the shots. Peter Thiel's investment in Lucky's new venture is significant, not only because Thiel is so rich and powerful, but also because he loves to stay behind the scenes. Founders Fund reportedly wants to build Lucky's new in the mold of Palantir Technologies, a data mining company co-founded by Mr. Thiel, which is currently used by the United States government. But I digress. As well as Thiel's role as an advisor to President Trump. Then again, putting Palmer Luckey in charge of defending any nation's border is simply upsetting, especially once you hear about Lucky's weird prepper tendencies. After the news broke that the 24-year-old boy genius had been funding a pro-Trump group, Nimble America, dedicated to trolling, and dating a prominent member of the Gamergate community, people started realizing that Luckey was a complicated guy. To make matters stranger, Facebook seemingly disappeared Luckey for months on end after the initial reports about Luckey and Nimble America. Luckey didn't appear in public for nearly 4 months after that, and even then he only came out of hiding to testify in federal court over allegations that Oculus and Facebook had stolen intellectual property from game developers, which is ridiculous. What was Luckey doing while he was in hiding? Preparing for the apocalypse, evidently. The Times reported that Oculus founder has been dipping into his virtual reality fortune. Forbes estimates that Luckey's net worth is $730 million. to buy up strange bunker-ready properties all over the world. Okay, I'm going to stop. To buy strange bunker-ready properties all over the country, as well as old military gear. Apparently, the dude has an affinity for abandoned missile silos. What? Among his assets is about 85 acres of property in upstate New York, including a luxury home built atop a decommissioned Atlas missile site. He owns a second property in Chico, California with decommissioned Titan 1 missile silos, according to records. What a weirdo. But wait, there's more. Mr. Lucky also owns several military vehicles and through various companies, 3 helicopters, and he received a student pilot's license last year. According to FAA records, he recently purchased a marina in Orange County, California, where he grew up, according to public records. I want a marina. I don't. I would like to live in a marina, though. I love living on a boat. It's the best. Okay. Missile silos, helicopters, a marina in the OC, and now a new defense startup. None of this makes much sense unless you actually imagine that Lucky thinks the world is going to end. A Time source described Lucky as a casual prepper. Think about it. The missile silos provide bases on the ground, helicopters for ground support, maybe got a submarine or a warship to dock in that marina. Meanwhile, you've got this great perimeter monitoring technology paid for by Silicon Valley's richest libertarians. It's not the worst setup for a paranoid multimillionaire. We don't actually know what Lucky plans to do, though. For now, his new defense startup is reportedly self-funded, and there's always the chance that the Peter Thiel connection is not quite there. Nevertheless, the new details about his prepper tendencies and enthusiasm for all things military shed some light on Palmer Lucky's personality. He's a complicated guy, and perhaps not a fun way. It's true. It's true. You're right. You're right. I didn't know that much about Palmer. I knew he was bad, but I didn't really know that much. I always forget that he was the one that founded Oculus. That I always forget. The VR headset company. Here's a message. Let's see. This is from September 2016. I am a rich man. I support Donald Trump and I need your help defeating Hillary Clinton. America is the land of opportunity. I made the most of that opportunity. I'm a member of the 0.001%. I started with nothing and I worked my way to the top. You and I are the same. We know Hillary Clinton is a corrupt warmonger, a freedom stripper. A freedom stripper. Not the good kind you see dancing in bikinis on Independence Day. The bad kind that strips freedom from citizens and grants it to donors. Hillary Clinton is not just bought and paid for. Everyone around her is too. The elite. Wait, I need the voice. I might need the voice.
Okay, we'll try. Sorry. Okay. Hillary Rodham Clinton is not just bought and paid for. Everyone around her is too. The elite of the country know it. They don't care. They know she is the candidate that will do what they want. I have supported Donald's presidential ambitions for years. I encouraged him to run in the last election, but the overwhelming power, resources, and institutional advantages available to a sitting president made it almost impossible. If we allow the Clinton dynasty to continue, the situation will be repeated. Remember, this is 2016. I reached out to the leaders of this community because I'm doing everything I can to help make America great again. I've already donated significant funds to Nimble America and will continue to do so. I need your help. For the next 48 hours, I will match your donations dollar for dollar. Donate $10, I will match you by flying my jet a minute less. What? Donate 100 and I will match you by skipping a glass of scotch. What? Donate 1,000 and I will match by putting off the tire change on my car. Will people be offended? Yeah, but those people already hate Donald. They cannot stand to see successful people who are proud of their success. Let's generate some success of our own. Make America great again with your mean magic centipedes of the Donald. That's weird.
All right, well, that's how I imagine he speaks. I'm just trying to be realistic. Holy shit. What is this? Is that Palmer? It is Palmer. He's a cosplayer. That's right. Wow. Oh my God. That's Palmer Lucky. Is he very tiny? Is he very tiny? Oh shit. Is he very tiny? Relaunches his AI church? Oh no. That's Palmer. Wow, he looks like a baby. I don't know what year that was, but away from Silicon Valley. Okay. Funding a factory of Trump memes. I kind of want to look at these. I'm sorry. I really want to look at these. I just want to look at these. Away from Silicon Valley, the military is the ideal customer. A host of startups are building similar technology for the armed forces. This is from the Denver Post, 2021. Oh, the New York Times coming. Okay. Over the rolling, scrub-spotted hills of Southern California, where defense contractors once tested rockets and lasers for President Ronald Reagan's Star Wars defense program, what looked like a big mechanical insect stalked a white pickup truck. Half a mile away, 28-year-old Palmer Luckey, one of the tech industry's proudest iconoclasts, talked excitedly about the military potential of the flying machines, a self-piloting drone called Ghost that his startup company Anduril built. You can just set it up and do something else while it maneuvers. Same people doing the same things without consequences, sadly. Yes, it is. It is an old picture. Yeah, okay. Although parts of Silicon Valley have kept the Pentagon at arm's length in the recent years. Really? Not all parts. Lucky's company, based 400 miles to the south in Irvine, is aggressively courting business from government agencies and the military. It is one of a number of young tech companies, many of them far from Silicon Valley, that are shrugging off their concerns about the potential militarization of their creations that in recent years have stirred employee revolts at industry giants like Google and Microsoft. On a recent afternoon, Lucky, dressed as if ready for the beach in a Hawaiian-like shirt, shorts, and flip-flops, joined other Anduril employees at the company's testing site near Camp Pendleton, a marine training facility. As the drone took off and swooped between the hills, Lucky said it could track an object and capture detailed images from 7 football fields away. Using many of the artificial intelligence technologies that underpin self-driving cars, Anduril's drones can identify and track vehicles, people, and other objects largely on their own. Oh, I bet you it's going to do real well. If company named after Tolkien coined word, it is a fascist tech bros company. Really? Anduril? Is that a hobbit? Is that a hobbit? Except for Gandalf, yeah. The wizard. I don't think Gandalf's an incel. I don't think so. Maybe Sauron, but not Gandalf. I think Gandalf can chill. He's good. I think he's probably pretty good, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, really, who knows? The drones are not armed, but could be useful for guarding bases or reconnaissance. They're not armed. Don't worry about it. Gandalf the wizard clown. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know what that. I have to look that up. I'll look it up after. Let's see. Track an object. The same sensor technologies that allow the drones to fly on their own could also be used to identify targets on a battlefield. What could go wrong? Non-billionaire inexplicitly permitted to use the IP. Oh, yeah, right? Totally. Lucky, who sold his previous company, the virtual reality startup Oculus, to Facebook for $2 billion. Shrugged off the question of whether tech companies should willingly work with the military and intelligence communities. I don't think he really gives a flying rat fuck. Most engineers want to engineer. They want to get stuff done, the outspoken entrepreneur said as artillery fire echoed from a nearby range. Most people have a pretty practical view. Let me just see if there's anything big here. Parts of the valley firmly draw the line at weaponization of their creations. Mike Volpe. I know that guy. Oh my God, I know that. Oh, okay. Mike Volpe, a partner with the venture capital firm Index Ventures, said that Anduril's drone technology impressed him, but that his firm would not invest in any company whose technology could be used with weapons. There are many ways to make money, Volpe said. If a company has a stated strategy to hurt people, we would not invest. But a growing array of venture capital firms see things differently. Anduril is backed by several notable ones, including Founders Fund. Peter Thiel, created by PayPal, mafia guy. Capitalist meritocracy. There you go, girl. Peter Thiel, Andreessen Horowitz, another fucking firm, and General Catalyst. All the Sandhill rats. We have the greatest technologists in the world in Silicon Valley, said Catherine Boyle, a General Catalyst partner. We really need to have Silicon Valley working with Washington. With seed funding from the Founders Fund, Anduril was created in 2017. The founders included several former employees of Palantir, the Founders Fund-backed company that helped collect and analyze data for the government. That's right. Peter Thiel has all the government data. All of it. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it. So there. That's not good. It's not good. Anduril chose Irvine, the heart of Orange County, partly because of proximity to military posts and partly because the founders wanted to avoid the growing distrust for military work in Silicon Valley. We are 400 miles away from Silicon Valley. Attitudes in Orange County have always been more pro-military. It's true. Lucky is known for bucking Silicon Valley stereotypes. Just before Anduril was founded, he was pressured to leave Facebook after he donated to an organization built to spread anti-Hillary Clinton internet memes in the run-up to the 2016 presidential election. When I visited Anduril's test site on a recent afternoon, other employees were wearing masks and standing 6 feet apart. But Lucky was maskless, and he asked if I would shake hands. In the drone business, however, Lucky is not alone. A host of startups are building similar technology for the military. Shield AI, founded by a former member of the Navy SEALs in San Diego, not far from Anduril. Teal Drones, whose founder emerged from Teal's internship program in Salt Lake City. Peter Thiel is really fucking dangerous, okay? We need to understand this. And here's the problem. They figured out how to make everything within the law. So all the stuff we're talking about is, much of it is within the law. And I don't know. It's kind of depressing. I might have to do a Wordle just to kind of get us out of this. Asked if their drone chalk is okay. This is fine. We've got this. All right. But Skydio, a drone company in Silicon Valley founded by former Google employees, is more cautious. We are not putting weapons on the drone, the chief executive Adam Bry said. Weaponization is the one thing where you want less automation, not more. Oh, interesting. That's a good point. I mean, it's a very good point. Inside its warehouse-like headquarters in Irvine, Anduril is building a wide range of technologies, including sensor towers that can be used as a kind of virtual border wall. U.S. Customs and Border Protection is already using these towers to monitor parts of the southern border in Texas and California. It is also looking at using Anduril's Ghost drones for similar purposes, said Chris Brose, the company's chief strategy officer. A company spokesperson later said Anduril had done only very early demonstration flights with Customs and Border Protection. The company will not say how much its drones cost. But Anduril, named for a sword in J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy, is also building drones for military use. Standing atop a hill overlooking the site where the company was testing its drones, Lucky and Brian Schimpf, another Anduril co-founder and the company's chief executive, said the drones were used by Britain's Royal Marines and had been tested by U.S. military, but they will not say which branches. Oh, okay, cool. But his drones will provide surveillance in and around military bases, much as they can along the Mexican border. Lucky and Schimpf hope they can be used for reconnaissance and other purposes. You just say, find this thing, and that's what it does. It's amazing. It's amazing. I want to see, I'm just checking headlines while Gal grabs that interview. So, again, if you missed it this morning, we have a new correspondent here at Lolo's Lounge. And her name is Lolinka. And Lolinka, she reports directly from Red Square in Moscow. You don't say Moscow. That's not how you say it. It's a Moskva. And so I won't be reading all stories. Lolinka will not read all stories in Russian accent, but Lolinka is our reporter coming straight from the heart of Russia. Россия, as you see on the plane. What that says on the plane right there is Россия. Россия. That's Russia in Russian. Россия. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So Putin and Kim are slapping uglies and vowing mutual support against aggression. So here we are in Cold War phase 2, 3, whatever phase you want to call it. But I think people are pushing for like a Cold War. So, okay, whatever. Let's see. What weapons is North Korea accused of? I don't need to know that. A massacre threatens Darfur again. Darfur, the region of Sudan, once synonymous with genocide, may be on the brink of a new chapter of horror. I'm not sure I'm ready for that, but I might come back to it. This is an opinion, and I don't normally read opinions, but I will. Something's rotten about the justices taking so long on Trump's immunity case. Let's see. Leah Littman, professor of the University of Michigan Law School, host of the Strict Scrutiny podcast, and former clerk to the Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy. For those looking for the hidden hand of politics and what the Supreme Court does, there's plenty of reasons for suspicion on Donald Trump's as yet undecided immunity case given its urgency. There are, of course, explanations that have nothing to do with politics for why a ruling still hasn't been issued, but the reasons to think something is rotten at the court are impossible to ignore. On February 28th, the justices agreed to hear Mr. Trump's claim that he is immune from prosecution on charges that he plotted to subvert the 2020 election. The court scheduled oral arguments in the case for the end of April. That 8-week interval is much quicker than the ordinary Supreme Court briefing process, which usually extends for at least 10 weeks. But it's considerably more drawn out than the schedule the court established earlier this year on a challenge from Colorado, after that state took Mr. Trump off its presidential ballot. Hi, Peace Love. How are you? Let's see. The court agreed to hear arguments on the case a mere month after accepting it and issued its decision less than a month after the argument. Mr. Trump prevailed 9-0. Nearly 2 months have passed since the justices heard lawyers for the former president and for the special counsel's office argue the immunity case. The court is dominated by conservatives nominated by Republican presidents. Every passing day further delays a potential trial on charges related to Mr. Trump's efforts to remain in office after losing the 2020 election and his role in the events that led to storming of the Capitol. Indeed, at this point, even if the court rules that Mr. Trump has limited or no immunity, it is unlikely a verdict will be delivered before the election. The immunity case is not the only big case hanging fire. Some 24 remain undecided that were argued even before the April 25th oral argument over Mr. Trump's immunity. A case on gun rights for domestic abusers under a restraining order was argued in November. Cases involving the power of federal agencies and a multi-billion-dollar settlement for opioid victims were heard in December and January. The court also has yet to decide whether upwind states must cut emissions that affect air quality in downwind states. That case was argued in February. The court is a busy place, though the justices are completing decisions at the second slowest rate since the 1946 term, according to a recent article in the Wall Street Journal. Palmer, Trump raises millions in Newport Beach and Beverly Hills in post-conviction. Well, yeah, of course he did. Oh, thanks, Peace Love. You're so welcome. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. The court tries to wrap up its business for the term that began October by the end of June. It's not shocking that cases argued later in the term end up being decided later, especially because by the end of April, when the immunity case was heard, the court was still working to finish cases argued months earlier. April was also among the court's busiest months. The justices heard 10 cases. But these seemingly mundane process explanations overlook some of the particulars in the immunity case. Mr. Trump's lawyers put together a set of arguments that are so outlandish they shouldn't take much time to dispatch. Among them is the upside-down claim that because the Constitution specifies that an officer who is convicted in an impeachment proceeding may subsequently face a criminal trial, the Constitution actually requires an impeachment conviction before there is any criminal punishment. Not true. That gets things backward. The Constitution confirms that impeachment is not a prerequisite to criminal prosecution, and yet Mr. Trump's lawyers continue to take the untenable position in response to questioning that a president who orders the assassination of a political rival could not face criminal charges, absent impeachment by the House and conviction in the Senate. It does not take weeks to explain why these arguments are wrong. In 1974, the Watergate special prosecutor squared off against President Richard Nixon over his refusal to release Oval Office tape recordings of his conversations with aides. Nixon argued that he was immune from a subpoena seeking the recordings. Last year, Steve Vladek, a law professor at the University of Texas in Austin, looked at how long that case took once it reached the Supreme Court on May 31st of that year. The justices gave the parties 21 days to file their briefs and then 10 days to respond. Oral argument was held on July 8th. 16 days later, on July 24th, the court issued its 8-0 decision ordering Nixon to turn over the tapes. The Chief Justice, Warren Burger, who had been nominated to the court by Nixon, wrote the opinion. Total elapsed time, 54 days. Nixon subsequently resigned. As of Tuesday, 110 days had passed since the court agreed to hear the Trump immunity case, and still no decision. Not good. Oh, LA Times is like a paywall too, unfortunately. I don't have an LA Times. I'll pull it up just to see if it lets me go. Oh, Trump raises millions. Yeah, well, he didn't raise a lot when see, bitch. I don't want to. I don't want to. I hate you guys. Oh, I fucking hate the LA Times. I fucking hate you. Oh, wait, let me go here. I don't know if we'll have... Oh, this is kind of fun, though.
I'm driving Palmer Lucky's personal warship, and we're all about to die.
We won't watch the whole thing, but...
Sorry, guys!
So this is a Mark V Special Operations craft that I purchased from the Navy.
Are you sure I'm not going to flip the boat?
Yep, you're gonna be fine.
Ginger's brother.
It's the fastest boat that the Navy ever built. It was designed specifically for Navy SEAL insertion and extraction missions. It runs really fast, and it's a lot of fun.
While this boat may be part of the old Navy, Lucky is trying to bring Silicon Valley speed and innovation back to the Pentagon.
Well, some of the United States technology is very bad. It's also
I'm gonna get
extremely
copywritten on that
and
fucking
not
music.
necessarily adapted to the types of conflicts we're going to see
Web.
in the future. The United States
web
has
to
a lot of
PDF.
investment in legacy weapon systems that are not necessarily having China quaking in their boots.
He's betting his new age defense company can take a slice of the Pentagon's $850 billion budget and reinvent how they do business from the outside in. That is, if they can beat the incumbents and convince the top brass that a billionaire founder sporting Hawaiian shirts is just as serious about rebooting America's
Give me a
arsenal
fucking break.
as they are.
You're not the typical Silicon Valley founder wearing a black
Executives.
I don't care. I don't care.
where you have every video game ever created.
A while ago, I purchased the world's largest video game collection. And I also collect U.S. Air Force nuclear missile bases. So I put that in one of my missile bases 200 feet underground.
Where's that?
Oh, I can't tell you. All right. We're gonna do some turns. Everybody hold on.
All right, what was that?
That was one of our own wakes, but we're gonna go find one of the other ones. Hold on.
Oops.
You wanna try steering?
Okay, I can't. I can't. I can't. He's too much. He's too much. He's too much. He's too much. Thank you for sharing that, gal. Oh my God. Otherwise is to spam the escape key as the page is loading. Oh yeah. I tried to do that. I don't know. I don't think my what are those called? Reflexes. I don't think my reflexes are very good. Oh shoot. I hope I'm not yelling too loud. My poor downstairs neighbor. I try to close my window when I do morning shows. So without saying what my husband does, he watched this and said, this guy actually has some good points and potential improvements. But then he says he supports Trump. Disappointing. I love Mr. Gal. Mr. Gal's amazing. He's amazing. All right. Well, let's go back. I'm going to probably have to pee again because it's now. Well, actually, didn't I just pee like a half an hour ago? I think I did. Well, 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes ago. Almost an hour. Okay. So that's really disappointing. All right. I want to hit some headlines here this has been great. Gal, thank you so much again for sharing all of those links and helping us learn a little bit more about Matt Gaetz, Joel Greenberg, Palmer Luckey, Ginger Luckey, Lucky Palmer, Ginger Palmer. I don't know. Whatever their name is. I can never remember what his first name is. Oh my God. Meh. I wonder how much they raised at the party I tried to ruin in Los Angeles, raising money for him last week. If you missed it, please go to my channel. And last Friday, I did an out and a shout, which is where I dressed up in in a dinosaur suit. And I stood outside the birthday fundraiser in Los Angeles for Trump. And I think I got harassed. Okay, yeah, let's talk about Peter Thiel. And I don't have a lot to share detailed wise in this setting right now. But Peter Thiel and Palantir is also a subject that we need to talk about more in terms of his influence in politics. C. Blake Masters. And isn't he a J.D. Vance funder too? Didn't he fund J.D. Vance? I believe. So, you know, I mean, I grew up in Silicon Valley. I worked in Silicon Valley as a fundraiser. So I spent a lot of time with tech bros asking for money, basically. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, having grown up here and, you know, whatever, I did assume wrongly that in Silicon Valley, at least, there was more of an attitude, a prevailing attitude that we needed to, you know, like fund the future, like help kids and, you know, create good technology. And you know what I mean? Like I stupidly bought all of that. Now, at the same time, I detested having to ask rich people for money all the time. I hated that part of my job. Hated it. Unfortunately, it was my job. But yeah, I thought that we had many more in total. I thought I had much more shared values with Silicon Valley people than, for example, Irving, Texas. When I went down to meet with ExxonMobil, that's a different environment, I thought, than Silicon Valley. Well, it turns out it's not really. It's not. Dave Troy is my go-to for understanding the noosphere thing that the tech bros are into. Yeah, like Elmo and Peter and all these guys are into the noosphere, which is basically like, isn't it like I think Oomph describes it better than I do. It's something like it's like the future where you're like, you live forever basically, and like and it's all about like who's, I don't know, whose brain's biggest. I don't know. It's all tied into this stupid bro culture basically. It's like hyper bro culture is what noosphere is to me. It's like bros on steroids, which, you know, is just Tom Fitton, really. Just Tom Fitton. Oh, good. Dave Troy. Excellent. So Gal dropped a Dave Troy thread, which we can pull up. But Dave Troy is also a great follow for all of this. He doesn't follow me, but he doesn't follow a lot of people back. So I don't know, whatever. I'm just a little mad about it. I hope they live forever when it's 60s. Badger. I hope they live forever when it's 60 degrees Celsius. Isn't that 100,000 degrees Fahrenheit or something? I'm pretty sure. Excellent article on how the Vernadsky noosphere idea drawn from Soviet science fiction and space exploration is shaping the future of anti-Western factions in Ukraine and why they have found syncretic solidarity with Elon Musk. I'm going to bookmark that. Let me just say this is among the most important. Well, actually, I don't like to do that. I like to do it this way. Oops. I like to shout out my buds. Give credit where credit's due. Okay. Let me say this is among the most important and impactful articles that Western analysts simply won't read because most don't have any frame of reference for how to really relate to this material, which is why so much analysis is inch deep and wrong. I'm going to read it because I want to read it. And for those who aren't aware, Arestovich? Okay. Ideas about the noosphere dovetail perfectly with Putin's as evidence in this Kremlin-aligned propaganda piece. All right, let me pull this up and just see what we're dealing with here. What do we got here? Russia Post. How Soviet science fiction shapes the ideology of future Ukraine. November 14th, 2022. On October 25th, 2019, a new 1,000 hryvnia banknote appeared in Ukraine. The front side of what is the country's largest banknote depicts the famous Soviet scientist and Stalin Prize laureate Vladimir Ivanovich Vernadsky, who popularized the concept of the biosphere. I know. I was just saying earlier, I want Brent Allpress on here. I could do a whole hour of just listening to him talk to us about Cambridge Analytica. They're transhumanists, right? Thirsty for the, neurons and shit. Yeah, godline. Yeah. See? Then they want to go to Mars, colonize that, and leave all us serfs here on Earth. That's really the end goal. Let me just skip to the end. Separate shows, of course. Yeah. I know, right? Like, that would be amazing. I'm ready. Brent, I'll press. I know you're not listening, but if you ever do, I can't pay you. And my show isn't huge, but I would give you an hour. I would give you more than an hour. And I'll just be like, It's amazing. Okay. 1975. This guy's younger than me. Alexei Arestovich. No, I don't know if that's how you say it, but non-staff presidential advisor and one of the most influential politicians and ideologists of modern Ukraine, sees the appearance of Vernadsky on a banknote as an indication of a new sphere project taking shape. Rockets wiring melts before liftoff. Oh, really? Ukraine sees the appearance of one of the centers of which will be the new Ukraine. This was in 2022, by the way. Highly recommend people read Dave Troy's wide-angle pieces in the Washington Spectator. Oh, excellent. Thank you for that link. Yeah, Dave is actually, even though he doesn't follow me, whatever. Serious. I guess he thinks he's just too serious to follow a comedian. Whatever. Everybody needs comedy too, by the way. By the way, that's how you're going to get through this. Okay? Okay. Not really, just wishful thinking. Well, you never know. You never know. You never know, Badge. You never know. That's right. It could be that 60 degrees Celsius and their rockets won't take off because God knows Elon is designing them. So let's be real. Okay. This is not a long game. Okay. In this article, I consider the issue of Soviet legacy in modern Ukrainian political thought, namely the concept of Vernadsky's new sphere and the appeal to Soviet science fiction, primarily the work of Ivan Yefremov in Arestovich's Fifth Project. The Fifth Project hasn't been released in print yet, but the essence of the doctrine set out in a number of videos that can be found on Arestovich's YouTube channel for blah, blah, blah. This civilizational project for the future Ukraine was once put forward in 2014. Oh, was that when Crimea was taken? Go post the Sydney. Yeah, there you go. Hey, post my Sydney pal Serbia clip. Pepper. Hi, Peps. Private jet tires will melt on runways. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Badger. You've just kind of put that out into the universe, and I'm really loving it right now, and I'm all here for it. I mean, granted, we're all going to be dead too, but whatever. As long as they are too. I'm taking you with me, Peter Thiel. I'm taking you with me. I'm going to be like that movie in Carrie. Okay, you remember the scene in Carrie at the end when Amy Irving, walks up to Carrie's house and Carrie's dead, right? Right? Her house is destroyed. It's a pile of rocks. Remember that? That's going to be me. I'm going to be in those rocks. I'm going to be in those motherfucking rocks. And the minute Peter Thiel walks up to my pile of rocks, yo, bitch. Oh, bitch. I'm going to fucking reach up there so bad. I'm dragging him right down with me. I'm dragging him. I'm going to French kiss him as we go down. That's what I'm going to do. Get ready, Peter Thiel. You coming with me? We just have to get him to my house. We just have to schedule a prom. No. Sorry. Starting to lose it. Okay. Bear. Even today, amid the war, Arestovich continues to develop and popularize it through numerous online lectures and interviews. He identifies the four main ideological projects. Oh, Jay Rance. You're so nice. Wait, where's my music? Where's our music? Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm going to take Peter Thiel with me down in those rocks. I'm going to carry him. Get it? I'm going to carry him. I'm going to Amy Irving him. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Amy Irving him. Isn't Thiel implicated in the death of the former boyfriend? Yes, he is. That's the rumor. That's the rumor. Word on the street. Word on the street. All right, let's see. Where do we go here? This is important. This is the important part. I'm going to have to read this slow because I'm not going to understand it unless I do. He identifies the four main ideologies. I think, I'm just going to tell you, Oomph tried to explain this to me like a year ago, and let's hope. Okay, he identifies the four main ideological projects that, in his view, are selectively related to the history of the country and thus are false and dead ends. They are the Euro-optimistic nationalist Soviet and Russian projects. Supporters of European integration are ready to give up Ukraine's sovereignty to the West and build public institutions on the Western model without accounting for national specifics. The nationalist project of anti-Russia and Ukraine for Ukrainians, which has become the most popular during the war with Russia, diminishes Ukrainian culture and history, according to Arestovich. The Soviet project entails the revival of the fraternal trinity of Ukraine, Belarus, and Russia under the leadership of Russia. The Russian project, which lost its relevance after the start of the war, means the hegemony of Russian over Ukrainian culture and adherence to the Russian ontological project of Katechon, the withholder. Is that right? Of the Katechon? Katechon? Due to their locality and one-dimensionality, all these constructions, in Arestovich's view, are unsuitable as the ideological basis of a state striving to be a global center of the future. Arestovich proposes an inclusive fifth project, which combines the most constructive aspects of the four mentioned national identity projects. This is good. I'm interested in this. Amid the new industrial revolution and current global crisis, like-minded people such as the philosopher Andrei Baumeister and the political philosopher Pavel Shelin are also working on the civilizational project for the future Ukraine. Arestovich doesn't accept the concept of Ukraine as a colony of Russia and calls on Ukrainians to get away from the image of Ukraine as a victim, which is imposed by the nationalist and Euro-optimistic projects. He also rejects Ukraine as Russia's younger brother. Instead, he argues that the role of Ukrainians in the creation of the Russian Empire and the Soviet Union was central, as the key figures were Ukrainians. We are Rus and therefore Russian, says Arestovich, laying out the correct version of history, coming up with myths, and developing a worldview that should be entrusted to the future Institute of the Russian Empire and USSR, while the first step should be to rename the country Rus Ukraine and to break up the monopoly of the Russian Federation on the Russian brand. Now, Rus, which is many centuries old, has the historical shape of Ukraine. We must reestablish our state and call it Rus Ukraine. That's its Arestovich in 2020. Since Rus Ukraine is the successor to these states, Ukrainians, on the one hand, are obliged to take responsibility for all their crimes, for example, the Holodomor and Stalinist repressions, but on the other, must also lay claim to the best things that were created in the USSR and Russian Empire. Arestovich considers the Soviet space project and science fiction to be their greatest achievements. That's interesting. The new Ukraine, which Arestovich calls Futurosik, should remain an agrarian power, carrying on the traditions of the military and political order of the Zaporozhian Sich, while at the same time being an anti-oligarchic, innovative, and high-tech country looking to the future. In the agrarian space utopia of Arestovich, Rus Ukraine consists of technologies with a 2025 six forming a United States of Ukraine. So I guess six are like states. Local governments would have broad powers, though the cultural code would be held together and a strong central authority responsible for foreign policy, military, and infrastructure would be preserved. The most important tasks in front of the Futurosych, should be raising children, education, and the development of a culture and science subordinate to the idea of space exploration. To shape a new symbolic core and the collective and individual unconscious in Rus Ukraine, Arestovich suggests looking to Soviet cultural policy with its feature science fiction films and multi-million prints of books and magazines where a positive image of cosmic future was presented. This is interesting. Let's go over here. According to Arestovich, it was in Soviet space science fiction and the Soviet system of education that the New Sphere project proposed by Vernadsky was partially embodied, i.e. the idea of expanding the new sphere, filled with emotions, ideas, and concepts created by the new man beyond the earth. This is where this stuff gets like really crazy for me. Arestovich calls himself a Soviet schoolboy from whom the beautiful afar was stolen in 1991, the romantic dream of the last Soviet generation about humanity in space and the world of the future to which everyone will be brought along. Arestovich says that the science fiction film Perospora ad Astra in 1980 shaped his worldview, while the most important writers for him are Soviet science fiction icons like Ivan Yefremov, Arkady, and Boris Strugatsky. Sergei Pavlov, and Kir Bulichev. I swear to God, this is so stupid, but if those names were written in Cyrillic, I could pronounce them easier than when they're written in English. It was these science fiction writers who managed to create an image of a bright tomorrow, propose a project for the transformation of man and society, the Strugatsky Noon universe, and show a way to overcome the era of disjoint world, Yefremov. Arestovich believes that the space project is needed because only a shared future in space will help overcome the conflict between symbolic systems that underlie modern wars. Today, this strategy, along with a new project for a united humanity amid extraterrestrial life, see the congressional hearing on UFOs in May 2022, can be offered by the U.S. The reemergence of this vector, in Arestovich's view, is most visible in the activities of Elon Musk and his project for interplanetary space travel. The new space wave in America's cinema carries on the traditions of Soviet fiction, both in terms of content and aesthetics, as, for example, in the film First Man. The Rus-Ukraine Noosphere Project. The Noosphere Project that was abandoned after the collapse of the USSR should be revived and turned into the ideology of the new Ukraine. Arestovich's doctrine consists of three interconnected components: the idea of active evolution, the philosophy of Russian cosmos, Vernadsky's Noosphere concept, and the educational project of Ivan Efremov. A new world can be created only by new people who can wield the tools of vertical progress and active evolution, which will make possible changes to human consciousness and biology in particular, and the transition to a new stage of evolution in general. That sentence is it. This is the sentence. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. The worldview, and Dave, I'm sure, has documented the connection between this ideology and the people influencing American politics, i.e. Peter Thiel, as an example, Elon Musk, as an example, Mark Andreessen, I don't know. I'm just naming venture capitalists at this point. This is this sense of superiority, right, is connected, and certainly Gal J, correct me if you don't agree, but it feels to me like, while they may not adopt word for word, what Arestovich says or whatever, there is a superiority belief that they know what's best. Right? It really is. And I can't stress that enough. That they know what's best for us. Which is dumb, because they don't. And I think the veil of Silicon Valley, for people who are not connected to what's happening with Peter Thiel and the PayPal mafia and Elon and all that stuff, who aren't as in day-to-day watching that machine kind of manipulate information, I think that they're driven by this superiority, and that technology is the key that helps them drive the world towards the view that they think is best for it. And I feel like that's where that kind of superiority of vision slash this perceived meritocracy, you know what I mean? Like, you're assuming that the people on Sand Hill Road in Palo Alto who are giving the money to these people, there are people out in the world who might assume that those people are smarter than them. Right? And it's like, it's almost like they just want to advance this persona. Seems like a hijack of the language of the human potential movement. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, the Bannon himself has been on a real kick around transhumanism. Like the machines are gonna take over. But they want the machines. You know what I mean? Like there's this weird kind of relationship around how Bannon uses technology to create fear, but then also is in service to the people who are creating the things that actually result in fear, like Gloo, Gloo, which is a data mining operation that is connected to Teal, I believe, and has been part of the radicalization of our country. Because all of this is tied together with media literacy. That's the point. Is that when you have these individuals who are influencing policy and the body politic and, discourse, civil discourse, I guess we just one cannot assume any longer that everyone has, decent or at least mild capitalist inclinations. That's not the case. So that's, this is the type of conversation that makes me frustrated watching chuds, right? When I when I hear how simple and dumb the arguments are on the chud side, and I can't explain all of this to them. I have and maybe that's my struggle. Maybe my raison d'etre, no, not reason for living. My reason for living is my daughter. But anyway, my mission, I guess, is to just, I don't know, scream as loudly. I don't know what it is. I just feel like we got to do something. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Well, going back to that. But yeah, so I don't know how to explain. I guess that's probably, okay, I know where I was. I guess that's why I want to understand how chuds think, what they say, where their beliefs come from, what beliefs they have. My struggle, thank you. My struggle. I'm just about at the point where I've given up that I'm going to try and convince anyone of anything, right? Like I generally really don't try to do that. I really don't. I mean, I'll say what I think, but I don't think it's going to convince you that that's, I mean, I hope it does, but I don't think it is. Because usually I say it too emotionally. But I think that I just I want to get back to the less fucked up place we were communications wise. I think we took a fork in the road somewhere and we just have lost our way a little bit. Like I can't find my way back to the fork. What was up with Bannon and the dome experiment? I don't know. What's the dome experiment? I know that Donald Trump thinks Iron Dome is a real physical dome that goes over your country. He said yesterday in his speech that he's going to create millions of jobs building the dome. Yeah, I know. That media stock, that was a joke to begin with. Come on, Jim. That was just a distraction. That's all that was. But yeah, he thinks it's an actual dome and he thinks that he's going to hire people to build it. Oh, the Eco Dome. I don't remember that. Although I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think this, the one of the shared characteristics of all these fuckers is that they want to fuck with humanity. And they want to manipulate messages around the future of humanity for their own personal gain. That's a shared trait among all these assholes. Anyway, this is an important quote. I'm gonna copy that. Okay, Yefremov is important for Arestovich as the creator of the new antiquity, which combines the principle of Kalokagathia, perfection of the body, soul, and mind, formulated in the ancient world with the idea of cosmic expansion by a united humanity in the novel Andromeda, a space-age tale. At the heart of the civilization in the era of the Great Ring is the upbringing of a new person. While its elite are teachers, psychologists, and historians of ideas. To jump to a new stage of development, the best mentors bring up children in boarding schools away from their parents. The study of ideas, along with the purification of the new sphere from harmful concepts and ideas, represents the core activity. So there's a sterility about the environment they want people to grow up in, right? They want to shape the way people think. This isn't freedom. Chuds. Peter Thiel doesn't want your freedom. Peter Thiel wants you to pay as much as you can for education and healthcare and security. He wants his friends who have interest in those sectors to get rich. And he wants to get rich because he'll get rich after out of selling all the data on people across the country. Because he does that. Okay, so that all those things are happening. We need to watch, again, People You May Know, which is about data sharing, data mining, and manipulation through the churches. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, kids. Okay, what does this say? The humanity of the future struggles with dark ideas, just as we fight diseases today, since such ideas, selfishness, pride, greed, the destruction of nature and the earth. Oh yeah, never mind climate change. Bye, Oomph. Have a great vacation. I think you're going on vacation. I think you said that yesterday publicly, so I apologize if you didn't, but I think you did. Have a great weekend if I don't talk to you. All right. Take care. Be careful. Drive careful. Let's see. The humanity, selfishness, pride, greed, spread like viruses, polluting the noosphere. Arestovich is guided by Yefremovian principles about educating and bringing up the new man at the Ape Iron School for Leadership Development, which he funded, where seminars are regularly held, even during the war, aimed at liberating students from harmful ideas and concepts. And here's another thing. Hi, butterflies. Here's another thing about that, right? The attack on intellectuals, first of all, is a big, authoritarian tactic, right? Attack the press, attack intellectuals. Isolate those two groups. Discredit them. That's part of the tactic. So that's, colleges actually don't indoctrinate you. I mean, Liberty University indoctrinates you. Prager indoctrinates you. Hillsdale indoctrinates you. Yes, there are institutes of learning. I won't say higher, but learning that, that will indoctrinate you. But the University of California at Santa Cruz, I mean, I guess it indoctrinates you. I don't really know. I don't know. J. Rance, did you hear the way Brian Gamble spat when he accused me of believing in science? I did hear that. You have to see J. Rance. You have to witness J. Rance in action when she goes. It's just so fucking funny. You've got the best memes and you've got the best wit. You have an acerbic wit. You have a downright acerbic wit. I fucking love it. God, I love you guys. Okay, I'm going to stop. They're doing this in the open. I know. This is the point. And see, here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. What I said earlier, so many of the actions that they take are not on the face illegal, right? And it's just maddening to me that we can't, I was thinking about, there was something I read this morning. Wait. What was it? Shit. Was it this morning? Hold on. Let me go back and see if I have any of the articles about it. Let me see what tabs I have open Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s conspiracy of ravens. The presidential kennel keeps 2 of the free-minded birds as wild pets. They're much better behaved than his old emu, Toby, who would attack his wife. Okay. Trump whistleblower wins House. What? Yevgeny. Oh, Vindman. Vindman won the House primary in Virginia. That's cool. That's cool. I think I like him. I mean, I don't think I think some people have said some stuff, but I don't really know. I'm not really paying attention to that. Few supplies reach Gazans, even as Israel reduces fighting, aid groups say. We've got to stop. We've got to stop that aggression. We've got to stop the bombing of people in Gaza, and we have to bring those hostages or their remains back to their families. Both those things need to happen. Like Ivan running around being so damn threatening, but it's legal. I know, it's legal. It's legal. That's the problem. I mean, it's not the problem, but it's like the guy who mansplained. It's just that ravens deserve so much better. They probably are fucking with him, right, Badger? They're probably fucking with him. Those ravens are figuring out a way to fuck with RFK Jr. I think it was the opinion piece. This is what it was. Okay, I read this opinion piece earlier, so if you want to scroll back, but there's one section of here, I think. Hold on. Follow path well charted. Wait, I thought. Oh, I guess I didn't finish reading that. Oh, I did. I just read that part. Okay. No, there was one. I thought there was a part of this that was kind of like, wow, that really nails it. Maybe not. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna make you guys look for it, or make you wait for it. I also have the New Republic. Look at that. Look at what a dick he is. Fox News' ugly eruption over Biden immigration move has a hidden tell. Biden's new executive action is actually about people who live and have roots here. Right-wingers know they can't win if the debate is about these folks, so they scream border. Trump elevates bonkers new. Well, come on now, people. The New Republic. Look at what you're doing, the New Republic. Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh yeah, did you hear about that idea? He's going to get rid of income tax and just have tariffs on everything. Right? When did uttering threats become legal? Well, that's a good point. Okay, yes. You're correct, Badger. Threats are not legal. But I guess, and sometimes I don't even know if showing up to a congressional hearing when you're Brandon Fellows and you're a convicted J6er. Yeah, tariffs are not the answer. Lee knows tariffs, okay? Lee is our go-to when it comes to tariffs, etc. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty weird. Off leash. Oh, here's the other. Let's see if they have any updates on this, right? We read this. And then also, if you didn't catch it, RadPod had an interview with Ken Silverstein. So catch RadPod on YouTube and you'll see an interview with Ken. Just last week. I think it was last Monday's, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so we read part of this, but this is, okay, so just to explain, Off Leash is a WhatsApp group that was created by Eric Prince of Darkness. If you want to grow the economy and manufacturing, not good. Glad my obscure profession. It sure can. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Military contractor Eric Prince started a private WhatsApp group for his close associates that includes a menagerie of right-wing government officials, intelligence operatives, arms traffickers, and journalists. We got their messages. Okay, we read the beginning of this. Let's see. When was this written, though? Hold on the phone. That's May 30th. Wait, where's the other ones? Hold on. Yeah, see, we read all this. Okay. All right. Forget it. Oh, breaking news. Let's do breaking news. Get out. Dan Snyder's bizarre role in blocking a rapist Trump movie. Snyder helped finance the Donald Trump biopic, which does not portray the former president in a flattering light. A disgraced former NFL owner is desperately trying to stop the release of an upcoming film that contains a less than flattering depiction of Donald Trump, and he is uniquely positioned to do so. Ah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Softwood lumber, 10,000. I don't know what that means. According to an exclusive report from the Daily Beast, Dan Snyder, the former owner of the Washington Commanders, previously the Redskins, is working overtime to prevent the release of The Apprentice, a film that depicts Donald Trump as a sexual abuser. Sources told Variety that Snyder is a friend of Trump's and donated $1.1 million to his inaugural committee and another $100,000 to his campaign in 2016. Now Snyder has accidentally funded a film that could very likely hurt Trump's image and his chance at re-election should it be released before November. The Apprentice depicts the former president raping his first wife, Ivana. During her 1989 divorce case, Ivana claimed that Trump raped her, but she later refuted her own allegations ahead of the 2016 presidential election and said that the two were best of friends. The film also portrays Trump cheating on his wife, doing hard drugs, and getting plastic surgery. That's how much it'd be with tariffs. Oh, softwood lumber, $10,000 a square foot, tariffs on Canadian exports. Badger, our friends in Canada know all about softwood lumber. Most bizarre case. Oh, interesting. See, everything has like intricacies and angles and all kinds of things to consider. I love sharing stuff in this setting because all of you do come from different perspectives and backgrounds, and you all have pieces of information that are helping us like build. Yeah, I know, Badger, that's fine. But I get your point. Here we go. Snyder was willing to fund the film through its production company, Kinematics, which is run by his son-in-law, Mark Rappaport, because he thought it would be a flattering portrayal of the former president. But what he got was something else entirely. Snyder was reportedly furious when he first saw the film last month. Why is he just watching the film right before the release? Does he not get dailies? Is he not paying attention to his fucking project? How about that? The Beast reported that Snyder is leveraging his financial stake in Kinematics to prevent the production company from striking a deal with the independent distributor Briarcliff to release the film, and Trump's campaign is apparently thrilled by Snyder's loyalty. It may be that the movie is striking a little close to home for Snyder. An investigation into his time owning the Commanders found that he fostered a toxic work environment, sexually harassed an employee, and withheld $11 million in revenue from the NFL. Snyder was fined $60 million, and the team was simultaneously sold for $6.05 billion. Snyder was also accused of making hush money payments to silence those who accused him of misconduct. Oh, where have we heard that before? Similar to the former commander-in-chief who was found guilty of trying to cover up payments to Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. For 34 counts, baby. Perhaps that's part of what has launched his protective streak against the former president, a sort of kickback kinship. Snyder was also found to have given misleading testimony before the House Oversight Committee. Oh, what a champ. Whether or not this film could possibly affect the 2024 election is still up in the air. This is not Barbenheimer, one Trump world strategist who asked to remain anonymous told The Beast. The idea that a movie would have any impact on the 2024 election is laughable. Even so, it would likely enrage Trump, who has shown himself to be particularly sensitive to unflattering depictions. He even privately sees over courtroom sketches, according to the Rolling Stone. There you go. Let me go here. Weird new Hannity rants and doctored Biden videos drive MAGA off rails. With right-wing media deception hitting dangerous new levels, we talked to writer and podcaster Tom Hartman, who argues that we're hitting a tipping point of MAGA mendacity. Little Shawnee Hannity. MAGA deception seems to have gone nuclear. Fox News' Sean Hannity is floating strange new theories about President Biden's upcoming debate with Donald Trump. Republicans dishonestly doctored numerous videos to make Biden look befuddled and senile. And we learned that the Sinclair media apparatus is blaring out all that deception to huge audiences. We talked to well-known writer and podcaster Tom Hartman, author of a New Republic piece, From the Border to Bump Stocks. The MAGA lie machine is heating up, about whether we're approaching a point of no return that will make this election like no other. Listen to this episode here. So I'm actually going to bookmark that. Oh, I hear my doggy. Okay, hold on, pup. I didn't mean to yell. Okay. So we will, I may have to end here because I need to take the dog out, and it's probably a good stopping point. But I just want to say, oh my God, what a morning. My head is full in a good way. Does that make sense? We talked about everything from the new Cold War to the new sphere to disinformation. We covered Matt Gaetz, Joel Greenberg, Roger Stone. Roger Stone's going to be important. Check out, I know Lauren Windsor's stuff is out there, and I think that's really important. Jackie Singh, I shared it last night. Jackie Singh, and your laundry's done? Girl, you got it going on. Thank you so much. I shared it last night. Oh, wait, what was I saying? Shit, this was a good one. Wait, hold on. Oh, the Roger Stone thing. So Jackie Singh on Twitter, Hacking But Legal, at Hacking But Legal, she has a great analysis of Lauren Windsor's tapes of Roger Stone, indicating that he's fully engaged in trying to combat an election loss in November, basically, that he's teeing up the legal apparatus to challenge. Yeah, it was so good. So good. Thank you, Lee. Yeah, that Jackie is so smart. So smart. So that, I think that Jackie's analysis, if you haven't read it, I'll go and reshare it because it's really good. And I think we need to talk more about Roger Stone all the time because he's got his hands in this and he's not going away. And they are desperate to hold on because I think they know that if they don't hold on this time, that it's going to end badly for them. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that is what's going to end up happening. So, all right. This is one of my favorite shows so far. Oh my God. Love you, Lolo. I love you too, gal. You have such a great way of reading and then providing your own knowledge. Well, I mean, somewhat. I love big picture. Like, I really love big picture painting. I think we're in good company. And I've got all the beautiful detail ladies on either side of me. I got my detail girls. We're the detail girls. Make chores exciting again. Roger Stone did something wrong. Okay? I don't care. And he's not stopping. That's the key. Where's Ali Alexander these days? I don't know. I'm just wondering. Alex Jones is back, baby. Because they're just pieces of machine, right? And people sometimes forget that. That's really true. Yeah, they're just pieces of a machine. This isn't, we're not going to go find the lady tied to the train tracks and untie her and then it's going to be done, right? That's not it. This is a battle that is a long-term battle that must start with voting rights and the elimination of Citizens United and an end to gerrymandering. And that is where I think my stupid advice is we start there because why not? Why not start somewhere? And I think if you start with voting rights and getting dark money out of politics and the end of gerrymandering, that's a huge step in the right direction. So anyway, check your voter registration. I mean it. Please check your voter registration. Just go to the website, vote.org, vote.gov. Please, because they are fucking, even Roger Stone said it, they're fucking with voter rolls. Okay? Doug Frank and all those motherfuckers went around the country and intimidated secretaries of state, intimidated election workers, and some of them are going to give in. So please, be on top of that. I beg of you. All right. Thank you so much. I love you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. Ain't no one going to tell me otherwise. And we're going to send it out with a little daily down low, just a little beat to get us pumping. All right. Be good. Have a great Wednesday. Man, it's almost fucking over. And today's a holiday. Happy Juneteenth. Let that be our reminder that we need to create a more perfect union for everyone in this country. And that's what Juneteenth reminds me of, is that I have a role to play. Tonight, there's a space. That's right. Hi, Paul J. How are you, my love? You're so welcome. Thank you. Thanks, Badger. Yes, there is a space tonight. I'm probably going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific, right? Or somewhere about that. Jim Stewartson will be hosting that space. I will be there. Gal will be there. J Rance will be there. I bet you a lot of people will be there. So please join us tonight on the Twitters under Jim Stewartson's. I will not co-host because I have too many people blocked. And if I'm co-host when I have that many people blocked, they can't join. So it's, I haven't been fired. It's just that I kind of withdrew myself because frankly, I mean, I'll help, but I also tend to have so many people blocked that it's so frustrating for everyone. Juneteenth. That's right. That's right. Decency matters. Hello. Oh my gosh, my love. I didn't see you're over on Twitter. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't see that. And then this, but, thank you, Decency Matters. I saw you in the spaces. I hope I see you tonight. Anyway, I better go because my dog's probably peeing on the rug as we speak. But anyway, have a beautiful Wednesday. I hope I hear you all tonight on the space, okay? Because I'll be there, and then we'll go from there. All right? So be good and know that we got you. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. What the hell? We got this. Okay, bye. Headlines and punchlines.